So in the last session, we really started getting into the swing of we're in a time loop. Let's take advantage of this. So Desiree and Pavu went to go explore the mines, and lo and behold, as soon as we open up a locker, we explode. Ithorn and Drizzle go to whatever their shenanigans were.
I followed Cassidy after, in the same loop you guys exploded. The same place you guys exploded.
Yeah, Cassidy went into the mines and basically showed Drizzle the way through.
Inadvertently, because I was spying.
Inadvertently, yeah. But the time loop reset before they got the chance to do anything.
And so through trial and error, we eventually made it to the mine.
After a couple of times of Pavu and Desiree blowing themselves up,
intentionally the second time around.
Yeah. We decided to drag Cassidy's ass out of the jail, and basically just threaten her and drag her down into the mines and have her open up all of the puzzles on the way. And eventually we met up with Isaac, who was stuck down at the bottom, with
June, who's in the bubble with Chalice.
And is no longer a child, but an old woman.
Yeah, and the same old woman you've been seeing in the white space at the start of every set.
So we have that to deal with. After we deal with the worm, which is currently contained in a bubble and is about to break loose, and which ends the cycle.
Right.
So we're going to be killing, the worm first, and then we'll deal with Isaac.
All right.
Can we count the worm as an object for purposes of hitting it?
No.
Darn. I wanted my auto crits.
No. So we're at the start of the loop again, and Roswell says, please identify yourself.
No time. Rushing past, going all the way back through the mine because we ain't got time for this crap.
Well, if you remember...
What are you doing? Bottom of the well, remember?
That's right. Bottom of the well.
That's a good point. I forgot about that. I actually entirely forgot about that. My character wouldn't have, but I sure as hell did.
No, I think that vision was funny. I think that vision is funny. Like, Desiree's like, no time, starts running towards the quarry, and Bob's like, hey,
wait a second.
We got a well. Anyway, you look down the bottom of the well, there's, like, one of the bubbles that you've been seeing.
Pavu will run past her to go pick up the bombs from the mine.
Oh, and put behind the bush.
And the ones from behind the bush.
I mean, or we can go deal with that after.
Well, no, I want to use that in the fight.
Oh, you weren't saving those for the final, boss of the campaign?
Yeah, the final boss of the arc.
I'm sure that
I'd figure out how to get you guys to buy it. Right.
Just keep one, be like, I need a lot of these.
Oh yeah, that's
strung together, make a daisy chain.
So
I'm assuming Pavu's just
I have plans.
So I'm assuming Pavu's just making a sprint to the quarry to grab the bombs, and everybody else is going down the well.
Drizzle will be waiting for Pavu to get back to the well.
As it turns out, Pavu is actually part gnome.
Hee hee hee, hardy heart.
Actually,
I'd say it takes him about 10 minutes to get down to the quarry,
5
get all the bombs. Yeah, 5 even. To
I was
get
gonna
down
say
to
he
the
could probably do
quarry,
it
get
in
the bombs,
5
come
if he
back.
rides Nora.
Right, yeah.
Or
Yeah,
Desiree
he
could just do
goes
it
down
in
to the
5
quarry,
and
grabs the bombs. Goes down to the quarry, grabs the bombs, comes back to the well where you guys standing there waiting.
Desiree has already cannonballed down the well.
You land on top of the bubble because you forgot to pop it.
I didn't forget. I haven't chosen.
She
to
simply
do it
hasn't
yet.
done so yet.
Right. So
when the folks
I'm
are
assuming
there,
you're popping it while you're jumping down.
No. We gotta prepare.
Okay.
I have no intention of popping it immediately. Desiree's
Yeah.
not
No.
trash all the time.
The bubble that's blocking you from going through the well.
Oh.
The outside main bubble.
Yeah, the bubble that brings the bubble at the bottom of the well brings us to the worm's chamber.
No, it brings you to shaft B.
Oh.
The worm is in shaft A.
Oh.
Oh, so it
Right.
brings us to Isaac?
It brings you to Isaac, correct.
Oh, okay.
Brings you to Isaac and June.
Oh.
All right.
Still waiting for the others before popping bubbles.
Yep.
Right, yeah, Pavu's back. It's 11:05.
Pavu jumps down.
Desiree could likely make the fall, but probably not the entire party effectively. How is Aethorn going to get down a well, though?
That is a. Oh wait.
That is an excellent question.
I have a solution. I have a solution.
Desiree
What is
climbs back up and carries him down because horse body.
I mean, the Umbra staff had
Drizzle has a solution,
Featherfall
man.
on it.
Oh yeah,
If
that's
you wanted
right.
to use that.
Yeah, Pavu will cast Featherfall on, or no, not Featherfall, Spider Climb on.
Oh yeah, Spider Climb.
on Aethorn.
Drizzle could also polymorph him and then unpolymorph him.
No, don't
Yeah.
do that. There are better uses for polymorph.
Drizzle will simply Oh, I have the spider climb gauntlets. Yeah, I'll just walk on the wall.
So Desiree's jumping, Pavu's jumping. I think he's using Pavu's spider climb, and
yeah,
Drizzle's
you see.
walking.
Drizzle
Nora's
using
jumping.
spider climb too. Well, yeah, Nora, of course, is jumping. She's a giant snow leopard. Do you think that'd be really graceful?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think she might have resistance to fall damage.
She might have a climb speed. Cats do.
Yes, she
Regular
does.
cats.
Climb 40.
Then she doesn't even need to worry about resistance.
Nah, she's
Oh,
she's
she
cool.
can
She's
climb.
fun.
She just walks down the side, claws
Yeah.
digging in.
Yeah. You
As
guys
cats
are.
do whenever they're climbing down a tree.
Yeah, correct.
Lies. Cats don't climb down a tree. They bitch and make other people get them out.
And if worse comes to worse, they climb down backwards. Actually, I've found out.
So we're taking care of the worm first, right?
Yes.
You have jumped down the well, and you have Isaac, June in the bubble, and the Dorleen death.
What?
You have June.
Sorry, your shitty laptop got in the way.
Right?
You have June in the bubble, Isaac, who's just sitting there and watch you come down, and the door shafted.
Pav will point to Isaac. You're next.
Well, what was that supposed to mean? That's not the voice I gave Isaac last time, but it's fine.
We will
Doesn't
deal
matter.
with you.
Desiree rushes
once
up,
we're done
hacks
with
his
the
head
worm.
off. We're done here.
Jesus.
My goodness.
So,
Nora will take a seat immediately under the well and watch Isaac.
Yeah, alright.
You know, it does occur. There are some things we could learn from the journal in the mansion. Why he's down here, because he hasn't exactly been open about it.
Well, the journal was in the bag.
Desiree could get in.
alright.
The vault in the bag that
So
the
we're-
bombs couldn't even get in. But,
Desiree could get in.
of course, yeah, that's very good.
Yes,
If
because
you
you're
put
gonna
her-
bust through a foot of
Yes.
steel with a couple of axes.
They're adamantine. They are stronger than the steel. She will totally get in.
I think that'd still take a while, though.
We're talking a metal that's equivalent in hardness to diamond.
Anyway, so...
And diamond is also extremely brittle.
We need to prepare to fight this thing. So...
Yeah, adamantine isn't, though.
Drizzle will stand nearby the bubble with the worm in it, and he will...
Isaac says, I would try to face...
Huh?
Isaac is dead. Desiree removed his head.
Oh,
I thought-
that was for real? Oh.
Reset.
That was for real? That wasn't a joke.
I mean, either way, we've gone through a loop, so he would be back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, no, Desiree's removing his head again.
Oh.
We're not getting answers out of him anyway.
Okay, well, that's going to result in an actual fight here. Because we're not just at the end of a loop and can't just hand wave that away.
Yeah, I feel like we shouldn't start fights that we don't need to, because that just makes the session longer.
I mean, even
Or
still, Pavu said, "You're next."
He will come after
You're next. No,
And
you're
then
now,
Desiree removed
Chop.
his head. That's
No,
next.
he's now, Chop. So we chop him up by
Yes,
That's up
Desiree's
to you
removing
whether
Isaac's
you're
head.
just going to allow that to happen without him and without any sort of retaliation.
I mean, you
Because
haven't taken
he
the
knows
chalice
that's
yet,
her
it's not gonna
aim
matter until
because
you take
it's
the
already
chalice.
happened to him once.
I mean, it's not gonna freaking... alright, I have an idea.
He's not going to put up much of a fight, but
Before you're able to cut off his head, Isaac says, wait, hold on.
Desiree
wouldn't-
stops the blade right at the edge of his neck and says, "This better be good."
Well, it is, because you're not going to be able to stop that hell. Isaac says, like you have stopped yourself from cutting his head off, and he says, that thing is not just some higgledy-piggledy super easy thing to kill, you know. Right? That's like really tough thing. I've tried many
it's the
different
size
things.
of a town. We realize.
We're quite well
Right.
aware of that.
Not
How
gonna
about
be-
some information that we don't already know?
Well, what information do you need? He says.
Anybody?
Does it have like a
First of
weakness
all-
or something? Huh?
First of all, why is the worm here in the first place?
Well, I've been here for a while, so I've come up with a few theories. I'm not 100% certain, but the one that makes the most logical sense is that when the bubble went up, it cut its nest in half, so it separated it from maybe its babies or something, and it's pretty mad about that.
Which would be why we encountered smaller ones outside of the bubble.
You did?
Yep.
3 of them.
Well, that would freaking...
But why they've been
That would
around
prove it
for
too.
3 months, I don't know.
Well, purple worms are very resilient when it comes to living in harsh conditions, such as these. So, we're gonna need all the help we can get. We really just can't, take the fight to them and that's it. That's not gonna pan out well for us.
Desiree here took out one of them while it was trying to haul ass. It didn't get very
Desiree
far.
just smiles.
But that was a baby, you understand? This is a fully grown one. And a really mad, fully grown one. You see. It's not going to be as easy.
Yes,
Okay,
but this
well,
time we
we
won't
have
be
as
fighting
many
3
loops
of
as
them.
it takes.
Well, look at June, right? Through the loops, she's gotten older. And it seems like she's channeling the loops through herself. And it looks like, I don't know if you can notice, but she's looking like she's reaching death's door at this point. So we don't have an unlimited number of loops, it seems. Yes.
Everything's been going fine for 3 months. She can handle maybe 6 more loops. I mean, don't you even try to make me think that you're going to feel guilty about any of this whenever you threw Jack's ass down in the hole.
Threw him down because I wanted the freaking not the gauntlet. That's a completely different thing that I shouldn't even know about. The cup, that stupid freaking cup. That's the one.
Is he still holding it?
No.
June is in the bubble holding it.
Oh.
And June looks like June is really old.
Yeah. How old is she technically right now?
Like in the bubble, or like what she
No,
technically
how old
not
is her body supposed to be?
6 years old.
Well then.
And how old does she look?
She looks about like 97-ish. Yeah, around there. Very, very old. As though all the loops and everybody that's been dying has been taking a toll on her life. It looks like seems to be.
97.
Ooh.
Now she looks around 97. She's supposed to be 6.
Oh. Man, she's aging terribly.
Well, anyone else have any more questions for Isaac before we get on with this?
Any other reason I shouldn't kill you right now? Any other useful information you could give us might change my mind about removing your head?
Now I'm trying to remember now. Hold on. I don't know anything else, but I could help in some ways.
Pavu turns around, throws up a hand over his shoulder. Off with his head.
Gladly, and swing. Desiree moves his head swiftly.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for that. That's just stupid.
Right,
I'm not gonna make you roll. All right. So you got a beheaded.
It's not like
You got a beheaded Isaac.
Ask.
You have a beheaded Isaac, and June in the bubble holding the chalice.
I loot the Isaac.
Bruh.
This loot will be gone in an hour.
And not if we fix the bubble this time.
It will still be gone in
Besides,
an hour
we
because
don't
you need to break
know.
up the loops.
We still don't know that he has nothing useful on him to us.
I mean, we plan on breaking the loops after we deal with the worm.
Do I find anything useful on him?
I mean, he's got his badge and like his sort of like wand that he would use as like a gun, basically.
Oh.
But other than that, it's a bunch of just personal effects. Nothing.
Oh, so he's
Major.
an artificer.
I never said I didn't say he had a gun. I said he had a wand he would use like a gun.
In other words, he's an artificer.
No, he could
Or
just,
Okay.
he could just be a magic sheriff.
But
He
He
is
could just be a
doesn't
dead
matter.
body without a head.
Yeah, that too.
So
Onto the
let's
worm.
start with this. Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, so what are you doing?
Drizzle will stand
Killing
near the edge of the bubble, and he will use create/destroy water to create a puddle on top of it, and then he'll begin to shape water to make the puddle float. It's about 10 gallons worth of water floating above it.
That's a big puddle.
Yeah.
Make
Got
that
it.
30
Big puddle.
with Aethorn's help.
Okay.
Wait, make that what?
Make that 30 gallons. not
Oh,
20, because I'm also helping you with more water.
And Drizzle will just keep it floating there, and he's going to say, "Psst, Pavu, you should toss some bombs in there."
That was the plan. Pavu has picked out, we'll say, 10 cluster grenades, and he throws them in the pool of water for a total of 50 bombs.
Okay.
That is most of his stock.
I mean, you only need to keep like one.
Yeah.
Like one
To show.
cluster, if like 4 is enough.
Well, clusters are 5.
Oh, well, okay, there you go. One cluster of 5 is enough to keep.
Don't think so. Yeah, it's clear water. Wait,
magic
are you
water,
saying this
it's
in character or not?
It's kind of an out-of-character thing because clean water with no kind of salt in it doesn't actually conduct electricity.
Oh no, that's not the point. That's to put out the fire and to levitate
that's
the
just
bombs.
to put out the fire.
Oh, okay.
30 gallons ain't gonna put out a freaking fire stream of fire. Like,
to be fair, it's 30 gallons of water.
Well, 30 gallons of water versus a town-sized worm.
Fair enough.
So I guess the water's nigh on useless there.
I'm sure it just wants to cuddle if we'd stop and actually talk to it.
it wants to go into the entire
Yes,
town
I'm
with
sure
its
that's
body.
what the last 3 months have
Speaking
taught
of
us.
which, Desiree uses speak with animals
Oh wait, just
on the so she can talk to the big worm.
It's not an animal, it's a monstrosity.
We determined they were animals last time.
No, we did.
Did we?
And either way, it's on the other side of a bubble.
It won't be able to talk.
Correct.
It's frozen.
Nothing says it can't.
It's also frozen in time on the other side of a bubble.
Mid fire blast.
Whatever. Speak with animals casts on myself, so.
So as soon as it's out, you can try to talk to it.
It ain't gonna be happy.
All right, I think we might be ready to pop the bubble.
Okay, so here's what the scene is. We got a 30-gallon bubble, not bubble, a 30-gallon puddle above a bubble with a giant worm in it that's mid-fire blast, frozen in time.
Let's not forget that there are 50 golf ball-sized mining charges floating about on the bottom of the pool, puddle of water.
Correct. We have Desiree channeling speak with animals to herself. Isaac, who has his hand in...
I just casted it. I'm ready to go.
Isaac, who has been beheaded, but his soul basically has his head in his hands, freaking being like, this ain't gonna work. We have June, who's in the bubble, who is...
Let's get on with it,
this
Xavier.
whole situation.
We actually have Desiree ready to slash this worm to bits.
She better be ready to hit the damn thing with lightning first.
Alright. You're clear to pop the bubble.
Aethorn readies a dispel magic on the fire, just in case he wants to test it out.
Well, that might ruin the thunder or the lightning.
Yeah, I don't think we need it.
Okay.
It's not going to destroy the lightning. That's an ability of my axe. I could just
a magic ability of your axe.
Yeah, a magic ability.
If the spell magic isn't being cast on the axe, it won't do a thing.
Yeah,
even if it is being cast on the axe, you can't just dispel a magical weapon.
Yeah, it's not like an AoE or something. It's just a specific target I choose. So
it also won't disenchant the weapon, so.
No, but it would cause
an
it to
anti-magic
become mundane
field
for...
would be another. No.
Yeah, it would cause it to become
that.
mundane for a short time.
It would not.
It doesn't matter. I'm not casting it on the axe. I'm just casting it on the fire. Just as an experiment.
If it's magic fire or normal fire.
Yeah.
Wait, who's
it
popping it again? Who has the thing?
Daz.
Ah.
Hmm?
The thing.
You have the spear to pop the bubble.
Oh. So I gotta throw the spear. Just Desiree will hand Pavu the spear because she can't throw the spear and use the lightning ability of the axe in the same turn.
Pav will take the spear and
Because the lightning ability takes full action and it's not an attack, so.
And Drizzle's busy shaping water.
And I assume the spear is probably also an action to activate.
So Pav will take the spear. He will put his hammer away, as if he really uses it all that often. And he will.
When you stab the bubble, the purple worm comes out with with a lot of force. Being this close to it shows you how big this thing is really compared to you. Is freaking huge, and it comes out of the small shaft that barely is containing it. So how far away are you guys from Bubble?
Let's see what range shape
where-
it has.
I'm pretty close. I'm wherever I need to be able to throw my axe 30 feet to blow up the bombs.
Yeah, I'm close enough to try to dispel the fire, if it works.
Yeah.
Pavu is over. Pavu is on the edge, popping the bubble.
Drizzle is 25 feet away.
It's the purple worm comes barreling out of the big hole, the shaft, not the big hole. It is mid blast, as you saw through the bubble, and it's continuing its blast as it's coming out, and you were so close that the I'm just gonna be frank. I have no freaking no. I just have no idea what to do here, honestly. Okay, there we go. It's unpause.
Hey, even Pavu didn't roll terrible.
A
Nice.
decent fucking roll for once.
Yeah.
For initiative. That's why when I got the chance to buy a Sentinel shield in my Saturday campaign, I'm like, yes, because it's like I roll well on most things without issue. Pretty even and random. But when it comes to initiative, I'm literally lasted to go every freaking fight. It's ridiculous.
I know the
I'm
feeling.
the tank, but I'm the last one in melee.
Yeah, it's generally our place.
Desiree has advantage on initiative too?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, Desiree's raging, I'm pretty sure that's why.
No, it's actually part of, I think it's like the level 7 feature for barbarians.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, where is it? Feral Instinct. By 7th level, your instincts are so honed that you have an advantage on initiative rolls. Additionally, if you're surprised at the beginning of combat and aren't incapacitated, you can act normally on your first turn, as long as you rage before you do anything else. And then, of course, Danger Sense. Like,
Drizzle, where the fuck do you have that +5 from initiative?
The alert feat. It also like, remember the fight with the drunk guy? He was supposed to surprise attack me, but Drizzle can't get surprised. At least surprise attacked.
Okay, so I'm just gonna put Desiree somewhere near the thing, because she's definitely not far away.
Right.
If I remember correctly, Drizzle is away, so I think it's further than anyone else.
As this
Drizzle
fight
could be
starts,
quite a ways away without an issue. Dispel magic is like a 120-foot range.
I mean,
As
we
this
are in
fight-
a cave, so that's our limiter here.
Right.
As this fight starts, when it's coming out of the right before it comes out of the quarry, the earthquake at 11:15, if I'm not mistaken, happens, and it has nothing to do with the 11:30. Doesn't have anything to do with the worm.
We've
It's
been
just
down here for 25 minutes.
random.
Seriously, we've done basically.
I thought the earthquake was earlier, so let me just correct myself. No, the earthquake does not happen.
No, Junk gets his ass thrown out of the window first.
Right, correct.
Up
And
on
you
the surface.
don't have any proof of that, right?
We have plenty of proof. We saw it happen.
I mean, like
Multiple
we
times.
can't see it happen.
Right.
We just don't know that it's happening right now.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Would Aethorn have gotten his Dispel Magic off the second it popped the bubble?
I mean, sure, but I don't
we
think
we should basically have a surprise round here.
Yep.
Yeah, it had no idea you were going to be there. So
When we swallow those bombs like a pill.
Oh yeah.
As long as I spark one before.
Wow.
Hey.
Yeah.
Foot here. Freaking.
Wow.
One initiative.
Nice.
Top of the order is Drizzle. What do you? We're in surprise round territory, so top of the order is Drizzle.
So I'm curious. So the worm has the worm swallowed the bombs yet?
No. The worm is probably like halfway there, getting there, because it was its nose was level with the opening to Shaft A when it was frozen. So I'm saying it's only like halfway to the bombs.
Okay, here question. Which direction is the worm facing?
Upwards.
Upwards.
That's what I thought.
It's going to.
Mm-hmm.
So
the bombs were right on top of the bubble.
Yeah, they were right on top of the bubble.
I thought you said they were 30 feet above the bubble.
No. Drizzle was standing 25 feet away.
Oh.
From the bubble.
We had 30 gallons of water on top of the bubble.
Okay, sure. It has the bombs in it. It's in the its mouth, and the fire is stopping the bombs from being like destroyed from fire.
The water's stopping the fire. Now, now we are completely underground and have no access to the sky. So I can't detonate them myself.
Well, Desiree was ready to detonate them. She just couldn't pop the bubble and detonate them in the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she was literally prepared so that as soon as the bubble popped, they go boom.
Alright, so I'm thinking I'll cast something that doesn't push it around. I will cast Blight on it.
Alright.
It needs to make a Constitution saving throw. Or take the damage.
Okay, Constitution.
Here's a question. If something's big enough so it would occupy multiple squares for that giant spike thing that you cast on Legion, would it take multiple hits of damage from each square that it's standing on?
It would take the normal amount like Legion did. Legion was bigger than a square.
It doesn't take damage.
I know, but like that's something that I just thought about.
It takes damage for every 5
round.
For every round and every foot that it moves.
And for every 5
moves. Yeah. The worm.
So Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Roll normal.
Yeah, it's gonna have a damn fine Constitution.
16.
It rolled
plus
11.
Damn.
Got a 16.
That beats it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it is a giant freaking worm. So what do you expect? Giant worm with freaking that can survive in harsh conditions. What do you expect?
Okay, well, that ends my turn, I guess.
Alright, so next in the order. Next in the order is Ithorn. Ithorn, what are you doing?
I casted Dispel Magic on the worm's fire.
The worm's fire wasn't really a magical spell, more as it was.
That's a creature ability.
Yeah, it's a breath weapon.
Yeah.
Well, the experiment. We know that it's not magic anymore, so.
No, you know what? You cast a smell of magic on its head and it dies. No. Giant freaking monster.
No, I'm not killing it. I'm trying to disperse.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's it. Do I have any cantrips? Yeah, I do. Mending? I don't know. No, that's it.
Mending on the worm. Don't do that!
I'm sorry.
We're not
Mr.
trying to
Worm.
heal it!
Don't make it better, you stupid.
Oh, centaurs.
Yeah, so Desiree's turn.
Yeah, next in the order is Desiree.
Alright,
Before we went
so
to Desiree.
her axe is going to turn to lightning and be hurled. She's going to rage, so there's that.
Of course. Are you throwing it towards the bombs or are you throwing it towards it?
Blowing up the bomb.
Well, if it swallowed the bombs already, it doesn't matter. You can just hit the worm instead, so to deal the axe damage and the bomb damage, assuming it swallowed the bombs already.
Well, if
she
it's
hits
already
that
swallowed them,
she
I'm
ain't
aiming
gonna-
for it to gull it, whatever. But you know,
I mean, the electrical current would probably go throughout the whole thing. If I had to make a guess.
and of course I'm like up on it at this point.
Right.
So
I'm all up.
I
in
would
its
suggest
space.
not being within 20 feet of its mouth.
so yeah,
I'm all up in its space over here.
So you're
Up in its real.
So you're going to hit the thing and that'll set off the bombs, yeah?
Yeah. We agreed on like
Actually,
5d6
Desiree's
per
perfectly
right?
comfortable
So-
climbing in down its throat and hacking it apart from the inside.
Not before the bombs.
Well, yeah.
Not before the bombs.
Correct.
So there's 22. Light up the bombs.
Yeah, but I don't see why it wouldn't.
All right.
If it
So,
wouldn't hit, if it
given
didn't hit the bomb,
given
it
the
would certainly
rules
hit
that
the
we
water.
established for the bombs, whenever we made them, it has
Right.
1 die of disadvantage per cluster. It's not going to succeed on a 17 dex save with a -2. And 10 die of disadvantage.
I mean, it has to roll that 20. Well, the thing is, you can't have more than disadvantage. It doesn't become like double disadvantage or anything. But let's be fair. It's got to roll 2 nat 20s to succeed.
Yeah.
So roll for them nat
I
20s.
mean, he's got a 1 in 400 chance.
Exactly.
Maybe
I
he's
mean,
lucky
I
that-
opened with a hit
Hey,
in
if you-
magical
if you-
darkness, so and it was a crit.
If you roll 2 nat 20s, go buy a lottery ticket right now.
Nah, it's only
Well,
1 in 400 chance for
yeah,
nat
that's only
20s.
1 in 400, not 1 in several million.
Now, if you're rolling 3 nat 20s in a row, you
Well,
might want to
that's-
start considering it, because
That's 1 in 8,000.
yeah, get like a scratcher.
Yeah, get. Well, no, because you've probably used up your luck for the month.
Alright.
Yeah.
So,
Roll them
I mean,
save.
go ahead and roll its deck save at disadvantage. Let's see. if it
Well,
gets above
surprise, it's
17.
not gonna really do much.
Yes.
Wow.
Well,
Fail.
well,
So that means that it
that's
takes
sad.
200 d6 of damage.
Yes! Can I roll it?
Oh, fuck that. It takes 730 damage.
Wow.
Oh man.
Okay,
I wanted to roll with these.
you shred this thing's mouth quite a bit. Oh wait, no, it doesn't take shrapnel. It
Didn't even
blasts
kill
his mouth open.
So it's bludgeoning damage.
Right. The force of the charge sort of pushes the flame back down, and it is stopped it in its tracks. And 730 damage. All right. Let's.
Is it even still alive?
Oh yeah.
No, it's
got
still
more
alive.
health
It's
than
almost certainly still alive.
that. It's over half of its health though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there some kind of a save for whenever you take half of your health in one hit?
No, that
No.
isn't half of
Old
its health.
school rules from 3.5. Yes, it was a fort save.
Okay, well, we don't have.
And the DC was how much damage you took, I believe.
What the freak?
So basically, it was a con save DC, however much damage you took for massive damage to not die instantly.
Yeah. Alright. Next thing is
So
Pablo.
this thing's
What are you
already
doing?
bloodied.
Ooh.
Well, no, not quite yet.
Pavu.
Run
Actually,
up to
wait.
it and hit it.
Let's see here. What is Pavu gonna do?
Oh, wait,
Grapple it.
I forgot. This is our surprise round, right?
Yeah, this is our surprise
Yes.
round.
But be aware, you have no more charges.
Oh, he
So
still
you
has
can't
more
pull that trick
charges.
again.
Technically.
Not-
Oh,
He
right,
didn't
yeah.
use them all.
Desiree
Right,
still
yeah, I remember.
Isn't Desiree able to use that twice?
Yeah, her other axe can do it too.
Yeah, and I still have 35 grenades.
Jeez.
That's only 7 clusters, but
Alright,
let's see.
what are you doing, Pablo?
Aegis will cast.
You just...
Aegis, fucking Pavu.
I don't get how you have such a hard time keeping those two straight.
I'm going to be playing Aegis immediately after this session.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, like that. That literally starts up at 7 o'clock here.
Mm.
So I have an hour between the time this one ends and that one begins.
Mm.
Let's see. Pavu, because fuck this thing.
Yeah.
He ain't letting this thing hit him with poison. He's going to cast protection from poison on himself.
Okay. Now, if you kill this thing, this just occurred to me. If you kill this thing, this loop, and then you take the thing, there was a whole freaking chase sequence that is planned. You don't do that, but whatever, that would be fine.
Good. Chase sequences generally suck anyway.
Yeah, I still have
Even
the chance to do that.
experienced DMs have a rough
temptation
time
thing,
running
which I
them
really-
well.
And
So
after-
protection from poison.
And I suppose, well, that... Is there anything that I can do with a bonus action? No, he will just, He'll drop his shield, so he gains plus 2 AC.
Right. Instead of you can't hit it from the front like it's always been.
Right.
Right.
And he can't take the block action, which like dodge action but block, but because that would be action, which he just used.
Correct.
So let's see here. Let's
Excuse me.
turn that on. All right, and turn.
You're not putting more bombs on it?
That's an action.
Oh.
Correct.
To use an item is an action.
Okay.
Right. Back to the top of the order because the purple worm doesn't get a turn this round. Drizzle. What do you do?
Let's see.
You got an absolutely freaking shredded purple worm that its jaw is probably broken
All right.
because of the lightning charges that went off.
So, is the majority of it still like in a tunnel that's digging?
Yeah. A good amount of it's still in the tunnel.
I would like to cast Spike Growth on the tunnel.
Alright.
So the more it moves, the more damage it will take.
Alright.
How deep is the tunnel exactly?
Well, the
Plenty.
tunnel...
Yeah, it's probably deep
The
enough.
tunnel, you could...
The tunnel's probably
using
wider than the spike grows themselves.
Yeah. So I'm thinking of, instead of
using
casting
shot
it like,
as an
like a
example.
horizontal circle, I'm going to be casting it vertically. You know what I mean?
You're gonna cast, what is it you're gonna
I'm
do?
going to cast Spike Growth vertically on the wall of the tunnel it's going through right now.
Can you do that?
Can you
Yeah.
give me a minute to take a look?
It's a point up. It's a
Oh,
point
no,
on the
man,
ground that you
no,
can
no,
cast
it's not a
it on.
circle, it's a radius. So it's a sphere.
It's a sphere.
So
Oh, it's a sphere.
I can do
Then
that anyway.
you should be fine then.
Yeah, it'll
Let
take
me
4
see.
piercing damage for every 5 feet it travels through it.
Using shaft is
20-foot radius, not a sphere
Yeah,
necessarily.
if it should say
Centered on a
whether
point.
it's a sphere or.
Oh shoot! It actually does show it as a sphere.
Haha.
Weird.
I'm going.
So using shaft V as an example, it is a long tube that leads down to 2 pathways, and circling around it, going down, are rails that you would take a minecart down and around.
So I will.
That's
yeah.
not the tube that he's asking about.
I'm
No, I mean the tube for shaft A and the tube for shaft B are identical, except that it's so big it's destroyed the rails. So going straight down, it's probably like 100 feet or so.
So yeah,
It does very specifically say in the description, though, the ground in a 20-foot radius centered on a point within range.
Yeah,
Okay,
it doesn't
then
say a
then that would be a
wall.
circle.
So yeah, well, no, it still covers a sphere. So if the ground is unlevel and part of the ground is like 20 feet up, that ground can still be affected by
I'm
it.
casting on the wall of the tunnel it
But-
is digging through.
yeah.
Yeah, so it would probably be reasonable just to say surfaces in a sphere.
Surfaces.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to Xavier at that point to decide.
No, I don't even know how I would.
The
I'm gonna let
question
it slide
is,
this
why does
time,
this
then I'm
thing
gonna
have
do
any
some
reason to
research on it.
move? Desiree's on one side of it, Pavu's on the other, Aethorn's there to close in and smack it.
Well, it really wants to
Oh
get
wait,
out.
Aethorn doesn't need to.
It's still. Is it completely in the tunnel, or is it just its head poking out of the tunnel as of now?
Its head, and some of its body are out of the tunnel.
All right. So the rest of its body is what will be getting.
The
Scraped.
rest of its body's inside the tunnel. Yes.
The rest of his body is what's getting scraped.
Okay.
So that is the rest of that length of the body will be taking all that damage.
Okay.
Well, this thing is bound to be several hundred feet long.
So that's going to be a lot
Desiree
of
just
damage.
yells, "Stop trying to eat the town or die!"
Oh yeah, because you have speak with.
Yeah,
animals
speak
on.
with animals.
Actually,
Okay.
never.
All right.
It is Aethorn's turn. Now.
The purple worm.
Wait, hold on.
says, and
It
you
is
can
Aethorn's
barely-
turn though. Xavier?
Huh?
It is Aethorn's turn though. We gotta let him do his thing.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Fine. Hey, Thorn, go. I'll take care of that during Desiree's turn.
Yep. I will cast. Oh, I need to target the
We'll
purple.
cast
Okay.
stab with a silver lance.
I will cast die.
Bestow curse.
I will
and
cast
curse it.
end this time loop now.
So I cast this to curse his strength.
Oh.
Okay.
So he has to make a wisdom saving throw.
The purple worm.
Yep. Just click,
Okay.
Yeah, I just need to click that saving throw button.
I hope you understand that doesn't actually apply to attack rolls.
It says, well, curse, the target has disadvantage on attack rolls against you.
Where?
Choose one.
Oh, yeah, no, you have to choose that
the nature
one
of the
separately.
curse from the following options. So choose one of these.
Yeah.
Cursing
so
and
I'm
strength
choosing
won't
the
do
second
that.
one.
There you go.
Okay. Normal.
Nope.
For the love of goodness gracious, jeez, that's not gonna do it. What
Excellent.
the
Lauren
heck?
Jesus says we are gonna kill this sucker.
Yeah.
Innocent Jesus.
Yep.
Innocent Jesus.
Am
I
I at
read
least
your
10
fantasy
feet
Bible all the time.
next to it. I guess that's okay. I'm 10 feet.
Yeah, that's
Hey, let's not
That's
forget
fine.
about Fantasy Mohammed.
and famous and fantasy the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yeehaw.
Fantasy Buddha.
Fantasy
Aethorn's
Bible.
gonna Aethorn's gonna run around. God darn it. Damn it. Sorry. 5. Guess.
I mean, you can actually run through its space because it's
Can I?
ginormous. Desiree is literally in its space because it's big enough that that's not an issue. It is well beyond 2 size categories larger than us. So you can run straight through its space.
Yeah, you can run. You can run straight through his face. It just phases through the purple worm's body.
No, you just go around the parts.
I know. I'm aware.
Oh, assuming that's 60 feet, that's the end of my turn.
60 feet.
Yeah, I cast Longstrider before on myself.
That's
a
what
concentration
that was.
spell.
Okay, because I would not, I also would not have been surprised if you could just move that fast because you're like horse.
The horse.
Freaking horse.
Normally,
Half horse.
Yeah, normally 40, but my ranger thing gives me 10 plus casted Longstrider, which gives me another 10, so it's 60.
Longstrider, the only way he can outrun Desiree.
Speaking of Desiree, next in the order is Desiree.
Woo!
So, what are you doing?
All right. Open with the first axe.
I don't even see you
And we're
anywhere.
flanking,
Are you
so...
under its token?
Yeah.
I'm going to assume a 28 hits.
Yep.
Roll damage. Okay,
Jeez.
19.
That's lower than normal.
It is 19.
Yeah, 4 and a 7. That's below. That's just below average.
Mm-hmm.
Does 19 hit?
And you have the bonus from Raging on?
I do not have the bonus plugged in from Raging. That's why I said it was 19. Here, I'll plug it in this time. That's more like it.
Yeah, there we are.
And then with the main hand again. Does an 18 hit?
We agreed that you do the damage on an equal, correct?
Yes.
If it hits,
that's how the rule
Yes, it hits
works.
Yes, ties go to the attacker.
Right, I keep forgetting. Yeah, that hits.
Okay then. Nice. Oh, that's 27.
Okay.
I forgot to add the +2 damage from the rage that time. I remembered it on the second one, so 19, 25, and 27.
Right.
And then Desiree will move into its path.
Oh.
Oh, Pablo's already right there.
Like, she will be directly in its path. I don't know which way you want that for that, but she'll be directly in its path, because, yeah, no. She's kind of hoping to get eaten. Why is it helpful?
It's not.
Because I forgot to delete the rest. I forgot to delete the first amount of numbers, so I just kept adding numbers to it. It's back to where it should be now. Okay. So what happened to you speaking to it?
Desiree's like, "Come on, you're gonna eat me? Let's go."
I don't want to kill nobody. I just want to talk and see my babies again.
Then why are you eating the town?
Because I'm trapped down here and there's no really other... I've tried to go out the other sides. It's not going to do much.
Well, you're not trapped right now, and we can let you get out of here. This whole thing could be avoided.
You can?
Yes, we're trying to stop all of this nonsense that's going on.
I'm not
We don't want the
to
town
hurt
eaten,
anybody.
and we don't want to kill you.
I'm not trying to hurt anybody. I just want to see my children again.
We can make that happen, but this gotta stop.
Do you really know a way out?
We're working on it.
Well, so you're not certain?
We're not certain yet, but you eating the town is definitely not going to help. We know that for certain.
Okay.
And we'll just find ourselves in this position again. That's hard to explain. Just trust me on this. We'd rather not kill you. There's no reason to if you're not going to eat the town.
Well, you stabbed me and hurt me quite a bit.
Well, you've been trying to eat the town. Hold on. Let me explain this more simply. We're stuck in a time loop that we're trying to end, and every time the loop
Do you really think that a purple worm is going to understand the concept of a time loop?
Yeah,
I don't know what this time loop is.
This just keeps happening over and over and over again, and almost nobody remembers it. It's becoming an issue.
Like driving and like
but we can fix this if you give us some time. It won't take that long.
Okay,
guaranteed 45 minutes or less we'll be done.
You promise?
Yes.
I'm serious. I don't want to hurt nobody. I just want to see my babies again.
Well, we can make that happen. They're in here too.
Roll persuasion with advantage because this is a stupid purple worm.
That would be deception because the babies are outside of the bubble.
Well, you have the chance
we
lines,
went
which you
past
can get outside
all
the
those
bubble.
babies, and we didn't
Which
kill
were
them, so we know
outside
they're
of the
in
bubble.
there.
Yes.
They can't be outside of the bubble. You know why they can't be outside of the bubble? Because we can't get outside of the bubble.
The nest was cut in half.
The nest was cut in half, so presumably the half of the babies was outside the half of the mama,
Which is why we fought purple worms at the very start of this arc.
14.
Well, Desiree has an 8 charisma, so yeah.
Oh wait, Drizzle give it a shot.
Can Aethorn insight it and check if it really...
Yeah, Drizzle, do you want to help?
Yes, I will help. My charisma is very good.
Okay. I'm not sure.
I mean,
it's a freaking female purple worm.
Drizzle has to cast speak with animals.
Yeah, Drizzle, how are you going to help?
Oh shit, it's not my turn. Fuck.
Drizzle's like...
This conversation has gone on long enough that we're out of combat, pretty much. Or we're out of turn order.
Oh, wait, we're out of
we're kind of having a conversation mid-combat. It's kind of like anime pause to combat.
Yeah, this is like...
I give this planet 5 minutes before it explodes. 10 minutes of talking later, and the planet still hasn't blown up.
Alright, so I can
ignore the fighting.
Like when you pause the Deadpool video game and Deadpool continues to talk to you through the pause screen.
Alright.
So Desiree, as a show of good faith, puts her axes back up.
Okay.
Puts them back on her back. And holds up her hands. We don't want to kill you. We just want to fix this time loop and get the artifact that's causing
stabbing it in the side
in the first place. Well,
yeah. I got sure I can trust you. You were stabbing me quite a bit and it hurt. I think I broke my jaw.
That wasn't from me stabbing you, I promise. That was that guy, and points to Pavu.
Pavu
He's the one with bombs.
Well, you're working with him.
I am. We don't always agree on all of our methods. Although, admittedly, most of the time...
Does it want a few more?
Most of the time we do.
Pavu will reach into the bag, pull out a couple clusters.
No! Put him up!
No!
Desiree holds up her hands and waves. No! Put them up! Hold on!
Sweet fantasy, Jesus,
put
no!
the clusters back into his backpack.
Yeah.
Alright, I will cast
if you could say something that contributes.
Be like, okay, now look, and I want to undo the spike growth because that is something I'm able to do. I can just
concentration at any given time.
Now,
Yeah, it's one spell. You can drop it.
she's right. We really do not want to cause any more harm to anybody. That includes you. And do I need to roll charisma for him to believe that?
Yeah, but yeah.
And I say, hey, Pavu, heal this thing.
This isn't a ability.
Athorn, you as
Oh
well.
yeah, that would give advantage to Drizzle if you healed it. Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
in fact,
Pavel
I can heal too.
Pavel will drop 30 points of lay on hands onto it,
Our
and
friends and
he
I
will
can
say,
heal you
even
up
though it's
just
not going to
fine.
understand it, I mean, not fighting this thing is making our job a lot easier than fighting it, so whatever.
Alright.
Oh,
And
shit.
Desiree tells it,
Oh, wait, am I
hold
rolling with
on,
advantage
he's
because
going
we're
to
healing
try to
it?
heal you.
Wait, do
Yeah.
I roll with advantage because we're healing it?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll just roll again.
Please roll better than that time.
5 plus.
Are you
Freaking
serious?
roll. One.
Are you kidding?
What did you roll?
I
A
rolled
5 and a 3 plus whatever's charisma
Sweet
5 and a
persuasion bonuses are.
goodness.
Total
Sweet
of 5.
goodness. Isaac comes back from the dead. Is like he's right now. I mean, I do want to see my babies, but like you hurt me a lot. I'm not sure
Here.
if I can trust you
I'm
guys.
willing to heal
Well,
you.
here. We're not hitting you right now, and I will say this. Consider how fast we hurt you this badly. Imagine if this continues.
I don't think I can use animal friendship on him or control beast on him either, so.
No, we just kind of made the ruling that we could talk to him, even though technically they're not a beast, but, you know.
Yeah, she's using speak with animals.
And I'm also using
Yeah.
speak with animals.
But, I mean, I don't know if...
How about we
You should
heal?
totally cast
Does it even
Awaken
have a
on him.
language?
Awaken on him. Oh wait, actually no, I can do that.
We
I
don't
have
need to
Awaken.
bring a giant purple worm back to
Seriously?
the
Wait,
base.
actually,
You
do
have
I?
it
Oh,
prepared?
it's either I have Awaken or I. Oh, never mind.
Oh my
I don't have
goodness!
Awaken, but
I
can get
swear,
it
if you
eventually.
keep
We're
bringing
not bringing
things
a
back
giant
to the base,
purple
the
worm
base is-
back to the moon base.
You already brought a goblin leader
I'm
from
not.
We already
I'm not
brought
seeing
a
the
tree.
issue
brought
here.
Gimmick and
The
freaking
vice leader,
Trent.
excuse you.
We also already brought a tree with us.
And the Treant.
Yeah, Trent. You brought Trent the Treant and freaking Gimmick the goblin from the first arc. You bring a freaking giant purple worm, this moon is going to collapse into the earth, Majora's Mask style.
All right, so
That's not how math
Drizzle
works.
will step closer and
I'm
just
aware.
heal his wounds. He will
Okay.
heal his wounds.
Xavier, it sounds to me like you need to play some Kerbal Space Program to learn how orbital physics work.
I need to also somehow delete this thing.
You're literally talking to a giant purple worm. Did physics really matter?
Right?
Freaking a couple sessions ago, you were talking to a living skeleton.
Well, that's magic, not orbital mechanics.
I mean, in my
But it's
Saturday
just
campaign, we have 2 skeletons just walking around with us. And we had to cover them up before somebody accuses us of being necromancers. Nobody in the party has the capability of that, but like we're going into a town and like, we probably ought to cover them up because they're just random skeletons walking along with us.
So, well,
Like the freaking dad from Onward just like put on fake freaking flesh and stuff on him.
Alright, Drizzle
And it went-
will cure his wounds, or her wounds. It's a mama worm, right? So that's a touch spell.
Right.
So I'm assuming the worm is staying still right now.
Yeah.
So Drizzle will just walk up, give it a hug, and heal. I'm thinking...
Aw.
Hug. I like that.
Just, aw,
Like-
is that freaking cute?
It says I need to target it, and I'm trying, but it says you must target a token.
Do you roll for that?
I am
Use
targeting.
roll
the
for that?
target button
Ah.
on the tools. The
Ah.
I don't think this is normal, but like for the health, roll double because of this freaking cute scene I see going on here.
Alright, I'm thinking I'll cast that at a 2nd level, just because, you know...
Yeah, of course.
Instead of 1st level, we'll cast
Aw.
it at 2nd level.
I mean, we've
Actually,
got
I
plenty
might
of
need
spell
more
slots
even.
to dump here.
We did a lot of damage, actually. I'll use a 4th level since I just have the most spell slots left of that one. We'll cast
Okay.
it at a 4th level.
Okay.
And
So that's 4d8, or that's,
normal.
yeah, that's 4d8 plus spellcasting modifier.
And that's total
Nice rolls.
48.
Jeez!
So
That's a good set of rolls.
And we're doing
Freaking
double
dang,
to that,
yeah.
So I healed 48 damage of it.
Plus your
Okay.
spellcasting modifier.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. Oh yeah, my modifier is +4.
Alright.
So you actually healed 56
60.
damage.
56 damage.
48.
60.
60? Oh yeah.
56.
Or not
Yeah,
60.
40,
56.
56 damage, yeah.
58.
What?
24 plus 4.
24
28,
plus 4
56.
is...
No. I'm having a dirt moment here.
Please don't argue with the mathematician on math, dang it.
Alright. She says the purple worm. None of you guys understand except for freaking Desiree. You just hear Desiree going and freaking purple worm's like
Just talking to him too.
No, they're
everyone's just hands
they're
on the
speaking
waist,
common,
tapping his feet.
and the magic
Or
is
just like-
translating to the worm.
F is going on here.
My goodness, that's gonna be freaking the universal purple worm language from now on.
Onward.
Oh, yeah, you've healed this purple worm some more, and it says, you've guys been showing that you've got passion for what you're talking about. If you're willing to fight a freaking giant, me,
The giant.
and then proceed to heal in order to prove a point, sure. They'll stay put for a bit.
Honestly, if we hadn't believed you were gonna eat the town again, like has been going on repeatedly lately, we wouldn't have even fought you in the first place. But, well,
Alright.
just like you have to protect your babies, we're trying to protect this town too, and solve the problems here.
Right. So you have freaking caused this purple worm to be chill now.
Let's
Um,
go.
There's a small earthquake signaling it's 11:30. What do you do?
We still have no clue what the fucking cause of that earthquake is, because evidently it's not this guy.
Yeah, it's not the purple worm.
I
You
asked
just
the
assume
worm
that's
if it
just a
has
normal
any clue
freaking-
what the earthquake is.
I have no idea. There's nothing to do with me.
Oh no, I just thought you might have a clue what might have done it. You probably live around here longer than we've been here.
I don't think it's.
I mean, we are on a fault line, and there's been earthquakes every now and again.
Don't think it's going to be because of an explosive, right?
No, it's
Yeah,
just
I
a
have all
freaking
of the
normal average
explosives.
everyday earthquake.
So what's
Everyday earthquake. More like every hour earthquake. Hey!
now? What's causing this?
I mean, I have all of the explosives. It's not the purple worm. There are no other massive threats that we can think of.
So it's
I mean,
probably
we
just
do
a
have
normal freaking
bandits.
earthquake.
Alright,
the
we're gonna have
bandits
to
all
pop
at
the
the same
bubble
time
with
are jumping.
June.
Oh,
Yep.
there's-
So so Pavu will go back through the door to the chamber with June in it.
And before we do that, Desiree's going,
Mhm.
by the way, my new friend, what is your name? Yes, you're going to give the worm a name. Deal with it.
Norbenspied.
Norbenspied.
Wait, what?
Glorbenspied.
Gorbenspied?
Yep.
Gonna have to type that out.
Had to guess. It's,
Come on.
And I'm like,
had to guess. It's probably like this.
Gorbenspied. Well, I'm Desiree. This
Oh, they're like that.
this other
Gorbenspied.
person over here you've been talking to is Drizzle.
I'm Drizzle.
The centaur over there is Athorn. And the paladin there that just healed you a little bit is Pavu. Those
Well,
two
Drizzle
can't
healed
actually
it,
understand
but
you and
yeah.
speak to you.
I hit it
But-
too.
We are going to go see if we can solve all these problems and get you
Pavu waves
reunited
over
with all
his
of your
shoulder as he
babies.
walks into the other chamber.
And we head in there.
Alright. You're back in Shaft B. You've got Isaac decapitated, Jack at the bottom of Shaft B, and freaking June in the bubble.
So, how
Well,
should we get Jack out of there, or is
here's
he
a question. Well, he's long dead.
Oh,
He's long dead, yeah.
Not worried about it then.
He's been dead for a year.
Right.
Well, here's a question. Is there any way up from the pit? Other than me casting Spider Climb.
You could just go back free, but
I can Thorn Whip you out, or him out, if it's deep enough.
Nah, that's all right. The stat. I'll just. My question here. Well, I didn't go down to Jack the first time. This time, I'm going to open up the hatch and go down and see if maybe the soul is still there, and I can take the spell without having to resurrect him and then just kill him again.
So you're heading down there.
Yep.
Just like walking around the trade tracks that are spiraling down. Like I said.
On-card tracks don't do that.
Well, what do you suspect that they do to go down a deep pit?
They don't go down a pit. Not like that. I mean, they would use an elevator, maybe?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, that probably makes more sense.
We can tie up rope, and Desiree can simply lower Pavu down.
I mean, I still have another I still have another charge to use in the Staff of Umbra, so it's not that big a deal.
You have one charge per spell.
No, and I have 2 spells. We discussed this whenever we obtained the Staff of Umbra.
and I said you have one charge for Spire
spell
Climb
to allocate to any spell that's on there.
I'm pretty sure that's not what it says, but that doesn't matter. So yeah, sure. Yeah, you head down into
Athorn wants Desiree to ask the worm, Lervenspieet, if he knows what or she. Is it a she?
Direction.
She. It's a she.
She. If she knows what direction that earthquake is actually emanating from.
Yeah, like a general direction.
Like, can you tell which direction it's coming from?
It's coming from the westish.
West?
Find it
The fault line's over towards the west.
Ah, there's a fault line here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that explains the earthquake.
Normally the earthquakes are way bigger, but I really like doing
Fart.
I really like doing this voice. This voice is fun. I'm a big fan.
Desiree relays that information to Athorn. So is Pavu being lowered down the shaft to Jack's body?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say whichever way.
Climb on himself and he's walking down.
Oh, well, that works.
Yeah, out of whichever way, he eventually made it down to the body to Jack. I don't know if Jack would have his soul with him. Probably would, huh?
I mean, given that he was sealed in a pit.
Correct. Yeah, his soul is around.
So, do I obtain his bubble spell? From the Staff of Umbra?
No. How the Umbra staff works is when the person who has it kills a spellcaster, they get their spell. You didn't kill Jack.
Whenever a spellcaster is killed nearby the Staff of Umbra.
Right, but it's been dead for a while. So
basically what you're saying is we gotta resurrect the guy.
Yep.
And then I guess kill him again if you
and
really want to.
And then Pavu's gonna murder him.
Yep.
But it's too late for that.
Congratulations, Pavu. Change your alignment to chaotic evil.
Oh, he's not.
You have heard from everybody in town. You've heard from everybody in town. Jack was the best sheriff and the best, mayor, basically, of this town.
I'm not the one that threw him down into a pit and let him starve with his legs broken.
Of course, we don't actually have a way to resurrect him either. We're not high enough level to be able to. We can
Alright.
always bring the body back if we want, but let's take care of getting the chalice first. Desiree looks at Pavu.
Just Desiree has the body of Jack just hoisted over her shoulder. The director's like, "What's that? Something to use later."
Totally.
You
Pavel
won't
would
see
be
in a
carrying
bit.
it. Pavel would be carrying it. He's the one that wants the spell.
Yeah.
So, Desiree looks at Pavu and says, "You pop that bubble. I'll grab the chalice as soon as it pops before she realizes what's going on."
If I had to take a guess, she took the chalice so that he couldn't.
Yes.
Either way, we need to get it away from her or it's going to kill her and
Well,
continue this time loop.
If you want,
Yeah,
I
that's
can
the plan.
curly thorn
So
whip it out of her hands.
Pavel will bring the what remains of the corpse after a year.
Okay.
Probably just a handful of bones.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because
So
it takes a year for a human body to decompose, if I remember
And it's been that
correctly.
long.
Yeah. So you're popping the bubble?
So Pavel will. He's not going to put the bones just in the backpack on their own. No, he's going to wrap the bones in something else and then put that in the backpack.
Right, because the bones are probably delicate. No, they wouldn't be delicate. It's only been a year.
It's not that they're delicate; it's that they fucking stink.
Yeah, they are freaking bones. So yeah, you get that situated in your backpack.
And then Pavel will walk his ass back up the pit.
Uh-huh.
He will close the hatch,
Of course.
and then he will pop the bubble around June.
Right as you stab the chance lance into the bubble, June begins to fall, and so does the chalice. But time just starts slowing down until eventually it stops, and the cup, which has been going at the same speed while everything else has been slowing down, clatters to the ground, and white light starts to pour out of it and sort of surround you and begin to shape surroundings around you. The room that you are in, that is mainly comprised of this white light. White light. It looks like a AV lamp. There are like shadow customers and bartenders, and there's soft piano music tinkling in the background. And June, old June, is sitting at one of the tables with the chalice in her hand, and she motions for you to come over.
What? Huh? I mean, like I said, I was ready to just grab the chalice the instant we popped the bubble. Because we don't know how she's going to react with it, and we don't want to deal with that.
Well, she seems pretty freaking calm now.
Oh.
She seems just like calmly waving you over to sit down, and seeing as the rest of the area is
I
pretty
was
calm.
there ready to snatch the thing.
Drizzle will sit down.
Yep, Desiree just plops down. Says, we're
Awful
going to
will
need
also sit
that. We're
Um,
going to destroy
yes,
it.
I'm aware.
Aethorn will grab a
I'm aware.
chair and move it out of the
Actually-
way.
And Desiree holds out a bag to just have it dropped in, because the reality is, let's not deal with touching it.
Now, hold on. I got a few things I want to take care of first, though.
Well, you'd better do it quick. We don't have much time.
She says, "You must be mistaking me for June. I'm not June. I am the child sort of speaking through June right now. And I will let June go, of course, and I just want you guys to listen to what I have to say, take it to heart, and if you listen, I'll let the girl go, and I'll come with you peacefully."
Well, you're coming with us one way or another, but peacefully is preferred.
Yeah, it'll certainly make our job easier.
I'm not gonna worry about thralls or anything. I'm not gonna like trick you into using me. I'm just going to make an offer, and if you wish to take this offer, you can. If not, that's fine.
What's the
What
offer?
kind of offer?
Well, I have an offer for each of you. So who wants to go first?
It depends entirely on what the offer is.
I'm going
Said,
to.
I guess I'll go first then.
I'm gonna scan through your memories and sort of bring up parts of your past that you might want to fix,
Oh.
which you can use me to fix.
Oh.
At the
Desiree just
cost
chuckled.
of
This is
No
probably
cost?
going to be some sort of trick then.
bullshit.
I think.
There are, of course, a few ground rules, but I'll cover that after I make the offers.
I've seen enough of artifacts of your sort to know that there is always a cost.
Shut up. I mean, Desiree, you are brought into this sort of different section of the Davy lamp, which doesn't look like the Davy lamp. It looks more like just like a white box that has like
What are we-
infinite.
Are we basically like in a pocket dimension right now?
Um,
Or inside
sure.
the mind of the chalice or something?
You are. It looks like inside your own mind. You're basically in the hollow deck, and you are seeing infinite U's, just like reflecting as though there's a bunch of screens, sort of like how like that one scene in The Matrix. And the and the chalice starts rewinding through your memories, and the walls, the white walls with the infinite U's start rewinding into your more recent memories, like the first few loops, then before you get shot into the bubble, or you're down into the gulch, and then it starts rewinding through your time in Lucas's lab, and then it rewinds a bit faster your time through Gold Cliff, and in order to flesh your character out some more, and using this rewind time as sort of an excuse to ask you some questions to flesh out your character and stuff. Exactly how did you come across the Bureau of Balance, you think? How do you think Desiree came to the Bureau?
Desiree was approached by someone about joining the Bureau because she was just roaming the countryside helping anyone in need with, whatever she could. I guess you could say just being your typical, like, legitimate hero, going and helping
just going around
anyone with whatever, as long as it wasn't bad. And so she was approached by someone with an offer to be able to help more people. Desiree's not worried about recognition for what she does. She doesn't care about that. She just wants to help people.
Yeah, she just really, really wants to help people.
Yeah, she just wants to help and protect people. So, like, she didn't care if she's known what she does. And, at some point she ran across Pavu and they did a mission or two together. Before he joined the Bureau, so.
Right. Using the answer you just gave me as a sort of jumping off point, what was the first thought, the first time you thought, dang, I could really, use my talents to help people? Like, what was the moment for you when you're like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to be a hero and help people?
Well, Desiree grew up mostly as a blacksmith, but when her village was attacked, she went to defend it, and it's kind of, I guess you could say, when she discovered she was barbarian and had that inner rage to, right injustice and to protect people. So she used that rage to protect her village, and then she decided that there were more people she could help.
Right.
And, being a Goliath, she's very
Mhm.
competitive, so she's
Correct.
certainly going to go out and try and do as much as she can and always try to be stronger than she was, hence the insane levels of strength feats and all.
You the chalice continues to rewind back through your memories, through your time at the village, and then as you're going through these memories, dependent on how much you remember it, there's more and more static, sort of showing through. Like for the stuff that you remember clearly, it's crystal clear. For the stuff you're slowly starting to forget, there are small
As we
patches of
delve into this,
static in places that you don't
so as we
remember.
delve into her childhood and her earliest memories where they're not really
Yes,
clear.
and right, and the stuff you just straight up don't remember is just pure static for that block of time. And for like a really, really, really big block of time, there's just pure static. Longer than like the amount of time you just went through is just a huge block of static that you don't seem to remember. And the chalice looks sort of perplexed as to this, and she rewinds a bit faster and is now going through your early adulthood and childhood, and she goes through like your school years and stuff, and you weren't really you were a pretty good student. Of course, you got into a few fights with
Well,
fellow classmates fighting with each other, of
the
course,
Goliaths,
but
they're going to beat each other up at some point.
on paper, yeah, on paper you were like a really good student, but like you did cause a few scuffles. And then we rewind through your birth and your conception, and we see Black, and she fast forwards again through like your childhood and stuff way faster, and she stops at you are in Lucas's lab, and you see this in third person. You're not like in first
I'm
person.
assuming, yeah.
Desiree's eyes. You are melting, chopping at this ice wall that's covering the doorway leading to the orc woman, which I forget her name for the moment. Killian and Carrie, where they're fighting some robots, and you see behind you and everybody else, you see Drizzle, who is reaching his hand out towards a shard of glass, not a shard of glass, a shard of crystal that
See where this is going.
remember starts crystallizing his arm, but that hasn't happened yet. It has paused right before Drizzle grabs the crystal shard, and June, as the chalice, turns to you and says, "In a few seconds, Drizzle will pick up this shard of glass, and his hand will start to turn into crystal. You, of course, chop it off before anything bad can happen, but that hasn't happened yet. He hasn't grabbed this crystal shard yet. And with me, you can go back and undo that. You can stop him before he can grab it. And one of your best friends can be whole again."
But you see, there's a problem with this. See, if you would fast forward a little bit more, you'll see that the actual result ended up better. Sure, he's without his original hand, but that can be regrown with magic. And the hand replacement that he got is how we stopped Lucas. Not even 10 minutes later.
All right.
So why would I go back and change this when if I do so, we may not even survive to be able to protect the world?
I
It would make no
don't know,
sense.
but I don't know, but this is the offer I'm giving you. Alright. You are brought from the data lamp section into this big white space, sort of like the holodeck.
Am I
And
floating
you
or am I
see
standing?
you're standing, and you're standing in it's a little box room, and excuse me, you see a bunch of infinite U's just on the wall. When you move, it moves the same way, and the chalice starts to rewind through your memories. It starts with like the really recent stuff, like the previous loops. Then before you were shot into the bubble, then it rewinds a bit faster. It goes through Lucas's lab, and then it goes through you and Goldcliff with the pedals to the metal arc, and it rewinds to your time before the Bureau. And a question I'm going to ask you, one of the first of a couple questions I'm going to ask you to flesh out your character. How did Drizzle come across the Bureau?
Well, it was it was 2 days after he left the city Charlotte was in, and he decided like that night, but like right before he went to sleep, that he thought maybe I should head back. Maybe I shouldn't travel anymore. And when he went to sleep, he woke up on the moon.
So he was just randomly there.
Yes.
He doesn't know how he got there.
He does not know how he ended up on the moon.
We rewind a bit farther through your time with Charla and all the millions of people you've spoken with through your time as a nomad, which leads me to the next question. How did Drizzle become living the nomad lifestyle? How did he decide, like, this is what I'm going to do for now?
Well,
go from place to place.
Well, because he was 10 at the time, and up until then, he's been living on the same beach with the community of Fae who raised him, including that lesser god who acted like his mom, or acts like his mom. And he decided that he wanted to see the world, although he made this decision before he was 10, but he got to set off when he was 10, because that's when they decided he was ready. Although he didn't know Common yet, he knew, at the time, he knew Druidic and he knew Elvish. Because, yeah. And, yeah, he just wanted to be nomad because he wanted to see what the rest of the world has to offer.
So we rewind through a bunch of your time as you as a nomad, and then we have this like a block that you can decide how long it is, where Drizzle, it looks like, spent some of his time in like this big test tube in a row of a bunch of people, and every now and again you'd see this really like old elvish guy walking around like with a checklist and stuff. And then we rewind before that with your time with your Fae family, and then like right before you join the Fae family, there's like this really really big block of pure static, and how you're seeing this memory works. The stuff you can remember clearly is clear as day, but the further along the track of forgetfulness it is, the more staticky it is through the parts you don't quite remember as well. And the parts you don't remember straight up are just completely static. And
so we'll say to himself, there's more before this?
Seems to be. this. I have no idea what this is. And it's like a really long block, like way longer than the amount of time you were spent watching that. And she fast forward, rewinds really faster, and then you're with your original like Genasi family, doing normal kid stuff. You're in school. You're not really like you weren't like a top 8 grade A student. You were you spent your share of years in summer school, not because like you were disobedient or anything. You just really didn't understand the material. And then we rewind past through your childhood, your birth, and then your conception, and then she fast forwards through your childhood, through that long period of static, through your time with the Faye family, and through a good portion of your time in the test tubes. And she then stops, and you see yourself in this really dark room with like red alarms blaring.
No.
You're sitting in this this puddle of some sort of fluid that you've been in for a while, and all around you is a bunch of glass, and inside the door right in front of you runs in the collector that has had you sort of in his sort of house and such for the past couple of years. How long has Drizzle been?
Not years. Like it happened when he showed up. He was at that city for around 3 months. So he's been there for just a little over a month. But it's
All right.
it's person trafficking.
So yeah. So you see him burst through the door, and he trips over some trash he forgot to pick up earlier, and he is fallen back. And you, with like your lightning reflexes, pick up a big shard of glass, stand up, and start running towards him. And you slow down, and you just stand there looking down at him, and he's terrified. And time freezes. And June, who is younger than she looked earlier, now about like 60, she says, after this, you see fearing regret and in the collector's eyes, and you proceed to let him live on with the promise that he would release everybody else and not collect any more people. After you leave with the people you've spent time in the test tubes with, you guys have dispersed afterwards, and you've been hearing through the news like about this mad collector who's been collecting people again after his entire stock has disappeared, and he has continued started to collect shortly after you left. With me, you could kill him, save probably countless lives, and many people's time.
I can get justice.
If you wish, you could.
There's no catch, is there?
Well, there's always a catch. But nothing that's relating to this situation. It's something different. That's just if you generally choose to take me.
Drizzle will put his hand on the handle of his scimitar, and he's going to stand there for a bit, thinking in dead silence.
Alright. Don't make your decision yet. I'll give you time to think. when everybody converges back together, you can make your choice. That's it for your short little section.
Oh yeah, but like the stance.
Who do you want to go?
The stance he's holding right now is his head is pointed down.
Yeah,
He's standing straight with
thinking.
his hand on the handle of his scimitar, his head pointed downwards.
Nope. So you're next. June brings you in this sort of this white room where you see infinite use, sort of like that one scene in the Matrix mixed with the holodeck, and she starts rewinding through your memories, through the stuff you remember, like previous loops, and then or time joining the Bureau. How did you come to know about the Bureau? How did Aethorn know about the Bureau and then join it?
Well, Aethorn worships the goddess Illustri. She is also a goddess of the moon. Knowing that there was activity in the moon, he was sent through her magic to investigate the activities going on. And that's where he bumped into to the group. Fortunately, they weren't aggressive about it. So,
right. I'm assuming you've continued to talk with Illustri after you landed on the moon. How did Illustri take to you joining this order that's living on the moon? Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you said that Illustri was pretty chill with it, right?
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't say chill, more like just keep an eye out.
Yeah. So she rewinds through your time with the order you were with for a bit, and then she rewinds before that to your time that you spent with your Tortle mentor that taught you everything you need to know. Him dying, and then he was alive again, and you keep going back. Before that, there's this big gap of just pure static, and how this room works is everything that you remember clearly is crystal clear, and the more you forget about things, the more staticky the memory is, and the stuff you just straight up forgot is just pure static. So this huge block of pure static is strange, and the chalice is like, what the heck? What is going on? And she rewinds past that, and she rewinds through your early adulthood, your teenage years, your time with your parents and stuff, and through your conception, your birth, your conception, all that jazz. And then she fast forwards through again, and she stops at the night before your Tortle friend died, and you are in your quarters. You just got finished doing this long training session, and your Tortle friend isn't really. Tortle friend is feeling. He's getting on in years, so he's not really as spry as he was when he was younger. But he sees that you're like really beat after this day of training and chores and all that jazz, and he says, "I'll keep guard for tonight. You can go get some sleep." And I'm assuming since he proceeds to die from an attack from outsiders, you take him up on the offer and you go to sleep. but you haven't said, sure, I'll go to sleep yet. And time stops, and the chalice says, in a couple of hours, you will be dead asleep, and your turtle friend will proceed to die trying to protect you and his land. She says, my offer to you is to decline his offer, to guard for him. And there will be some...
So, how my turtle master dies is that I'm sent off to sell trinkets that we forged for money, so we can feed ourselves.
Oh,
so I come back from the outskirts.
You come back from the outskirts. And he's dead. All right. Then instead of that, you are packing up the trinkets into a box, getting prepared to leave, and you're like right before you leave, and your turtle friend gives you a handshake, and you walk out the door, and time freezes, and she says, while you're gone selling the trinkets, you're gone for a few days, and your turtle master proceeds to die trying to protect his property. That's the word. My offer to you is you stay. You help protect his property from the imminent attack that is coming. There are, of course, some stipulations, and I will let you know about them when everybody has had their time and their offers.
Aethorn says, no. I will go to Kentucky. He says he will continue going to Candlekeep.
Okay. Anyway, you were brought into this big white box. You see infinite U's on the wall, sort of like that one scene in The Matrix. And you're in sort of like the holodeck also. It's not like a bunch of little TV screens. You're like, it is the walls and the floor and the ceiling. And
so like a green screen room, but I can actually see what's through the green screens?
Yeah, basically,
like a VR
yeah.
deck.
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Yeah. So the chalice starts rewinding through your memories. She rewinds through the past few loops.
Okay, well,
your
I
time
guess this is just happening anyway.
Well,
With
did you want to say something? No, did you want to say... Well, she's trying to find the worst thing that happened in your life to give you the offer. So she starts rewinding through your memories through the last few loops, and before you were in the bubble, your time in Lucas's lab, your time in Goldcliff, your time prior to that on the Rockport Limited, and picking up Nora from that one bar in Rockport. You rewind past that through the trial of initiation.
Am I here able to react to these things as they happen?
Yes. You are seeing all these memories in third person.
Aegis smiles smugly whenever we go through the Rockport Limited.
Aegis.
Right. Pavu.
Mm-hmm.
Pavu smiles smugly. Aegis can't smile.
Aegis can't smile. He's also not existed in this universe. She rewinds through your time in Rockport, your time in the test of initiation, and your time in not Neverwinter, Phandalin, before and after and before it's.
You're gonna have to keep going several months here.
And she doesn't really quite react to that, and she rewinds past some freelance jobs you did before meeting up with Gundren for that job. And rewinds through your time.
Several of which involve Desiree.
Of course. There's a big block that you're traveling with Desiree. And
it's a week and a half, maybe, doing jobs with her.
And for a few like almost like a year before,
I believe it's 6 months
your
actually.
I'm talking about something else. About like a year before your time in Phandalin, there's like this very huge block of static. Now, how this has been working is the stuff you can remember clearly is clear, and as you're forgetting the more wherever you are and forgetting things, some things are staticked out, like maybe a
I
person
believe
you
there
don't
were,
remember being
but
there.
either way, I believe there were 6 months between the incident and Phandalin.
Right. So you rewind past that. She says, "My goodness, every one of you has had one of these things. I have no idea what's going on." And she continues rewinding faster and faster, and then you are in your little cliff town of uh, the mountains again.
Katho
You're in the
Alave.
mountains. Yeah, yeah, you're in the with your clan.
The Katho Alave clan, yeah.
Yes, the Kathalave clan. You were there for like a good amount of time after that big block, but like the majority of the time before the block is all your time in the mountains with the Kathalaves, the Lave clan, and a lot of it is you with Tezrea, and
Tazria.
she rewind Tezrea, right? She rewinds back through your early adulthood, your teenage years, your childhood years, and birth, conception, and then black any time beforehand. Because, of course, you're not going to know anything that happened before your birth unless you're purely aware of it, but that's less as memories, more as just knowledge. And she continues to fast forward through like your time and then through your time in the Kathalave clan, and she stops like a couple of months after that big gap. You're still in the Kathalave clan. You're
No,
in your
he
sort
left
of
less than a week after the incident. He left the Katho Alave clan.
all right. So it's before you found Tazraya dead. And you were sitting in your sort of hut, tent, or whatever the housing situation was for the Kathalave clan. And you're sitting there with Tazria, and Tazria says to you, "So there's a new merchant that came in a while ago."
Yeah, this one was in Tiefling, wasn't he?
No, it's different. A few people I've been around says that he's got some good brews, and I kind of want to try 'em. I'm aware that you probably don't care, but I'd like to try it at least.
Well, you are coming up on 18 here.
Right?
If you want to go, I will let you know then. I certainly won't give it a try, but if you want to give it a try, I won't stop you.
You mean it? And before you have the chance to answer in your memory, time stops. And the chalice says, after this, you proceed to go to bed, and you wake up to her father. I forget her father's name. What is her father's name?
Tormir.
You wake up to Tormir asking you where Tezria is. After
Palu's face
searching,
is far darker than it usually is.
right.
Yes, I remember.
After searching for a bit, well, you haven't said sure yet. You haven't said yes, I mean it yet. My offer to you: prevent her from going. Of course, there will be some stipulations to it, but you could have Tezria back. I mean.
Pavu takes a moment to think.
She says, you don't have
What
to
are
make
the
your decision now.
stipulations?
I'll cover them when all of you are here. Just give me a moment, she says. So, you're all brought back into this, light area version of the Davy lamp. And, she says, I've given you all opportunities to change your minds, and I'm aware that I've yet to disclose some stipulations. And these are the stipulations. June is now looking like her normal 6-year-old self now. She has been getting steadily younger the longer you've been spending with her, and now she's back to her normal 6-year-old age. She says, here are the conditions. You cannot follow the same path that you followed in this timeline. So, during the Bureau of Balance, and in your case, Desiree, you must immediately leave. You must forfeit your place in this timeline. You cannot be like, oh shoot, dang, this sucks. I want to go back, because you taking this choice, this entire timeline is going to collapse, and it's not going to be existent anymore. So no take backsies. And if you choose to stay in this new time, if you choose to go into this new timeline, you must sustain it. Everything that happens, either good or bad, in this new timeline will be something you want to happen. And then June will set the chalice in the center of the table, and she waits.
Pavu's jaw is clenched. He's thinking hard.
Drizzle is still looking downwards with his hand on his scimitar, and you can hear a water drop hit the floor. Seems he has tears.
Desiree's just sitting in the chair like, I don't know what you guys are all freaking crying about. I'm perfectly fine.
The benefits of a life lived without regrets.
Aethor,
Or tragedy
stands
in
up
general.
and leaves the table.
She says, is that a no? Yells after to you, Aethor.
Okay, so here's the question.
Yeah.
If we grab the artifact to take it up and get rid of it, does that count as, accepting the deal?
No. You just, say, I don't want it, but I need to take this to my boss to get it destroyed. Basically. You have to say that, otherwise... Yeah.
Desiree is going to... Desiree's going to grab the artifact.
As Desiree is reaching out, Pavu puts up a hand with a finger. Just wait a moment.
Headphones are on.
Pavu, we're taking this to be destroyed. There's no discussion in this.
Pavu looks
This
over
artifact
to June.
is dangerous.
I'm not going to accept the deal.
Alright.
But can I tell her goodbye?
No? Sorry, man. It's either take the deal as it is, or... Because, as I said, you can't come back to this timeline.
Aethor answers the question and says, I've done what I needed to do, and I've sent my master away in my heart. Even if I did go back, there would be no way to bring it back. I know that from the very bottom of my heart, and he has passed away. And I put my hand over Pav and say, let's go.
At least two?
Desiree grabs the artifact. We're taking this to be destroyed.
Drizzle's still standing in the position he was. Head still facing downwards.
Well, hold on just a minute, June says. Looks like someone's trying to make a decision.
I will not be accepting the deal.
Okay.
Drizzle's uneasy breathing gets louder, and then he draws his scimitar and just makes one lunge towards it. Towards the chalice.
Towards what?
The chalice.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
What are you
I
going for
already
here?
said Desiree's grabbed the chalice. Like, are we going to ignore this fact?
I assume what that means is that Drizzle is lunging toward you.
Mhm.
Oh, jeez. Ooh.
I'm not going to count you right now because I cannot.
Ooh, interesting. All right. So you're gonna try to roll to hit Desiree with the scimitar, correct?
No, I'm specifically to grab the chalice.
All right. So that's probably gonna be a strength contest.
Oh yeah, he's not.
See if you can. See if you can rip it out of Desiree's hand.
There's literally
Swear to
no
God,
chance
if
of this
Desiree-
happening.
I swear to God, if Desiree rolls a freaking crit 1, I will freaking slap
Check my
something.
sheet, but if I remember correctly, Drizzle has a +1 to strength. I think. It's either +1 to constitution
It says plus 0.
Plus 0. Okay.
Plus 0.
Hey,
All right.
at least it wasn't intelligence.
So we're gonna. So normal.
You would be within 10 feet of Pabu, so add 2 to that.
Oh,
Okay.
damn.
18.
Hold on.
You gotta be an 18, Desiree, in order to keep your friend normal.
Well, I can always chop other parts of him off, just saying. He's got another
Oh
hand
wait,
to
no,
remove.
never mind. That's for saves, not
Oh,
Not
so then.
Yeah, well.
Well. Desiree just lifts it above her head, and we see Drizzle just like jumping up and down to reach at it.
No.
So,
Drizzle
like,
gets a hold of it.
sort of
Desiree
like-
just lifts it over her head. You see Drizzle dangling from it.
Okay.
So you know, I rolled a 16 and a natural 20 because I have advantage on anything to push, pull, drag, or lift anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah, of course. Okay.
because bear totem, bitches.
Alright. So we see Drizzle
Pavu
dangling by Chalice.
Pavu will place a hand on Desiree's shoulder. If he wants to leave us, that is his choice.
Well, if you remember correctly, she said this timeline would be completely rewritten. So you wouldn't be able to continue to exist as you guys now.
We wouldn't exist as ourselves
Drizzle will do one more
despite,
thing,
just
actually.
without Drizzle.
If anybody takes
that
the
Drizzle has
deal,
done.
nobody gets to make the same decisions again.
Alright, actually, okay, well, holding on to it, Drizzle will shout, "No!" And then he'll hit the chalice with his scimitar. He
Oh,
wants to destroy it now.
okay. Okay, so you're not taking the deal. You're just trying to destroy the challenge.
No, he was going to.
You know, I have
Now he
better
wants to
things
destroy
to
the
do
chalice.
that with.
I know, but let him
Like
have
the director's laser.
let him have his very brief moment of emotional instability. He's usually the most emotionally stable.
Right. Oh my goodness, jeez.
Okay, that's the point
I'm-
of what's going on here. I get it now.
So
Okay.
yeah, he wants to he wants to attack the chalice.
Magical
Okay.
objects are very durable, to say the least.
So,
No, he's hitting a magical object with another magical object. Remember, his scimitar is I think +2.
That
I don't know if
At the
that's gonna
very-
do
at the very
anything.
least, he wants to knock it out of both of their hands.
Alright,
At the very least, that's what he wants to do. Or at least make it.
roll to
dance.
hit.
Intercept.
Roll to hit.
Well, you're gonna have to roll to hit for him. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, right,
okay,
yeah,
well,
right.
It's plus dex.
Right.
Plus proficiency for accuracy.
you could just roll the weapon.
Can
Right.
Aethorn intercept?
Does he not want?
Sure.
Tell me no
I mean,
need.
this is a roleplay thing here.
I understand.
He's not
attack.
going to be destroying it.
No, he's certainly not.
Oh yeah. He just wants to hit
That's
it.
a damn fine hit.
He is angry.
That is.
What was it?
rolled a 17. It didn't show what the... There it is. 22
22.
is end result.
22.
Jeez! Yeah, you busted out of both of your hands. Drizzle falls to the ground. Desiree, you're not holding the chalice anymore, and it's shot halfway across the room to the other side of the Davy lamp. And June's just like tracking its movement in the air.
Desiree walks over to pick up the chalice again and says to Drizzle, "You feel better now?"
Drizzle will stay on the floor where he is, and he'll just keep looking down.
Did it help? And Desiree picks the chalice back up again.
I mean, since he's not speaking, you can roll insight to see if smacking it helped him out.
That's true. Give me a
Of
second.
course,
Normal. Well-
come on. Yep.
That was
Well, Drizzle, did it make you feel any better?
It did. It made him feel better, but he still has got the shaky breathing and the angry tears. He
It made him
I mean,
feel
cries when he's
so
angry.
I
better.
suspect it offered the same thing to change as it offered me to change.
Hmm?
I suspect it may have offered the same thing for Drizzle to change as it offered me.
No. I'm just gonna tell you now.
Oh.
It did not do. No. As a person who's been there the entire time, no, way different situation. What I gave you is the best thing I could think of that maybe you friggin' would regret, but him, jeez.
And,
Drizzle had some
uh,
regrets.
I'm
I'm real big regret.
breathing, he's going to say, please destroy it. There is someone I need to see after this, but please destroy it.
That's why we're bringing it back to the director, Drizzle.
I'm curious about something. Desiree drops it on the ground, pulls out her axe, and swings at it.
I don't think it does anything.
No, that's
I'm
not
gonna
gonna
make
do
you
anything.
roll for it. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, there's little chance I wouldn't hit it. And just like,
Oh yeah,
did
you
it
almost
even
certainly
happen
hit
to it, or does
but
it just
does
get
do
pounded into the ground?
Nah, it just pounds into the ground. It's like physically nothing happened to it.
Ugh, annoyingly durable magic items. Then again, it is an artifact.
What else do you expect from a group of liches?
And this solves the time loop issue, doesn't it?
She says, June says, yes, of course I won't hold a time loop anymore, for better or for worse, but nothing's wrong, she says.
Okay, what is the time right now?
When you pop the... Yeah, it has stopped. When you pop the bubble, it was reaching the end of the earthquake. So
About 30
11:35-ish. Yeah,
Okay,
11:35-ish.
cool. We still have time to make it over to the bank
Mm-hmm.
and stop the robbery and get the people out.
That's true.
Well, of course.
Of course,
I
we could
think-
also have our new friend the worm eat the robbers.
Well,
Alternatively, we can
I have an
pop
idea.
the bubble ourselves, as that is their main
Since
reason for wanting to get into the bank in the first place.
Well, we'd better make it over
I-
there quickly so we can stop them.
I have a better idea, June says. Since my loops have kept them from knowing things, I just let everybody know the results. Everything that happened in these loops, and I seriously doubt anybody will try to blow up a bank when they know it's not going to work. For certain.
Wait, so are they going to remember?
How many people?
So is everybody else going to remember what happened in the loops, or is it just what is?
So all the
Everybody's
robbers
gonna
are going to
remember.
know that Athorn annihilated them at one point.
Yep. Yepers.
Everybody's
And
going to
they now
remember the
have-
armadillo incident.
The armadillo.
Armadillo incident.
He got
Joker's
knocked out
gonna
by an
remember getting
armadillo.
his ass thrown through the window several hundred times.
The dance
Joker?
off.
You mean Drizzle?
Drunkard.
Oh, the drunkard. I was like, Joker? What?
A dance off.
And the dwarf teller is going to remember what it's like to get blown up and burned to death several hundred times.
Repeatedly. Oh,
Right.
And everyone else in the town remember what it's like to get eaten by a purple worm.
I'm going to teleport you just into the center of town. And I'm pretty sure there's someone that want to talk to you about their time displacement. But
that just out of character, that spear we got will break the actual bubble too, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it breaks all the bubbles.
Bubble.
Okay, cool.
If I remember correctly, it's also a plus
3 levels,
to land the spear.
Yeah.
Right. Desiree is going to go back and let the worm know that we're about to pop the big bubble.
My babies! That's my babies.
So you can just assume she
first
ritual
voice is
cast
closer.
speak with animals again.
Yeah. So you guys are brought back to the center of town,
And
right in
Desiree's
front of
also
the.
going to offer her a place on the moon.
She says,
will
"The moon is
new friend.
kind of small.
No.
The moon's kind of small."
Well, you'd have
I
the
don't
whole
even
thing
think
to
something
throw.
without eyes would know what the fuck the moon is.
Yeah.
My goddess wouldn't be too happy with another on the moon.
We are
Exactly.
not bringing a giant purple worm onto the moon.
Especially.
Why
that.
not?
Because we
You
barely
hear
have the
Alex
space
scream?
in the pod to bring the Trianta.
Yes, and if
Let
you
alone
do
this
want
thing, which
to-
is
You
60
hear-
feet across easily. If not,
You
Oh,
hear
we
through
can
all your
manage.
heads,
We
Alex.
can send
Yeah.
someone back for her.
You hear through all of your ears the voice of Alistri say, "Oh dear God, no." No, I'm
The
joking.
voice of what?
Yeah.
Alistri,
If you
God
bring
of the
that
moon.
purple worm to the moon, she's gonna smite you all.
The voice of Alistri, really?
Yeah.
I don't... You know, Xavier, I don't think you understand anything about Alistri.
So you're teleported back to the top of the topside in front of the yeah, you're all in front of like the edge of the bubble that you came in next to the gate. No one's around, but everybody's gonna be
Desiree,
is remembering at the moment.
Desiree reaches over to Pavu and asks for the spear. So she can go pop the bubble.
We'll give it.
Desiree runs up and just pops the bubble because it is very satisfying to pop said bubble after she dulled her axes trying to pop it with them at one point.
But before you're able to pop the bubble, Istis shows up in front of you and says, "Wait, hold on, just time out a sec."
What now? We need to get this bubble popped.
Let's get this done already.
Everybody in town is freaking set back in time 3 years. I'd very much like them to get to like
3 years
I
now?
I thought it was 3
I said 3 months.
3 months.
I
You
said 3 months.
years.
Did I
You
say
said
3
3
years? I
years.
meant to say 3 months.
Said years on accident, but yeah, months.
I'm like,
I meant
hold
to say
on a
3
minute.
years. Wait, Jesus, what? I meant to say 3 months.
It's like I find it hard to believe a time goddess couldn't figure out how long it was.
No, I just freaking misspoke. These people are 3 months behind in time, so I'd like to get them like up to speed. First, I'll put you guys outside the bubble, and then I'll let you know when you're cool to pop the bubble.
Our big thing here is we want to pop the bubble so the fucking bank doesn't get blown up. Again.
Oh no! Everybody knows about the bank and how that's not gonna freaking help.
Oh well, then it's whatever.
My cat's playing with a wooden sword.
You are teleported outside of the bubble, right next to Avi and his giant cannon, and you just show up out of nowhere. He looks at you with like, "Jeez, how'd you take care of that so fast?"
Job's done.
Well, assuming you're out again, but
What
Rick,
time
how'd
is
you
it?
get that done?
How long were we in there?
He looks at his watch and says, like, 10 minutes. You've been in there for like 10 minutes.
How many cycles did we go through?
Maybe like 8 or 6, right?
Certainly more than 10 minutes worth.
Oh, certainly, man.
Probably like a day's worth of, like 24 cycles.
We did not
probably.
go through 20.
No, we went through like maybe 10 cycles.
10 at most.
Yeah, around there.
Oh, that felt far longer.
Indeed.
Because it was
You
far
can
longer
now-
while we were in there.
You can now see
Time
like
fuckery
inside.
sucks.
At this point, I'm
You
in
can
need of
now-
a good book and a good nap.
You can see inside the bubble, and inside the bubble you can see the town of refuge just like at 10 times speed, basically.
Just will be
A bunch.
with his like hands pressed against the bubble, looking in.
A few kids, like a couple seconds in, find out they can like, oh my goodness, I can see through. Let's do something fun, and start like building clay models of you guys through the
Because we're moving
through
it
the bubble,
10 times slower than they are.
and as you move, like, the characters inside move too, and it speeds up,
Pablo needs a
and
bit of
then
an ego
slows
boost.
down.
He'll strike a pose.
The kids take care of it perfectly. Of course, they can't do hands, so it's kind of just like your arms end in nubs, but like it's perfect freaking rendition.
Desiree
hands.
just pulls out her axes and strikes an aggressive pose with them, like she's ready to fight.
Yeah. Pablo's
Because hey, if we're gonna be sculpted, why not?
Yeah. Pablo's got like his shield at the ready. He's facing Desiree with his hammer up.
Yeah. And the kids take care of that perfectly. And then then it starts to slow down 9 times, 8 times, 6 times, 4, 2, and then we're back at normal speed.
Oh,
and
the cat wants out. Stop fucking
nope.
crying. Headphones on.
It's gracious. And Istis pops next to you again, and she says, "You're good."
Desiree stabs the freaking bubble as hard as she can.
And when you do, it pops like. Have you seen the video of like the biggest like balloon getting popped with like? Let me see if I can
water
find
balloon
it.
with the slow-mo guys.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's just like that. Freaking, it pops perfectly, and she says, "I'm pretty sure a few people in there will still want to talk to you before you go, of course."
Fine, we
Drizzt
can
already
go
ran
in and
in
talk
before
to
she
them.
said that. Drizzt was already running.
All right. Okay. So one at a time. Who wants to do their scene first? Because I got little scenes with everybody.
I will let Drizzle go first.
Alright, now is it important that I be able to see the map, or does it not matter anymore?
Nah, it's not important. Just tell me where you're going and what you're doing.
Drizzle's heading straight for the tavern.
Alright. Inside the tavern, it's just like normal. The glass has been repaired since after the guy's been tossed out. Of course, there's a certain shade difference between the new glass and the old glass, but like, place, and you see in the back corner,
Surely that's not
Charla,
strange.
Ash, and Cole. Oh yeah, no, certainly not. You see in the corner, Charla, Ash, and Cole, which I'm assuming is what you wanted to do here.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to do?
Jizzle will like run over to the table and he will fall like on accident shortly before he reaches their table, and he'll just say, "I'm sorry. I could have. The collector. I could have gotten rid of him. I could have, but I spared him."
Ash and Cole are like, do you want to like talk with her alone? Because we can like go.
And
You wish.
He'll just move his hand up into a thumbs up. Still face down on the floor.
Ash gestures to Cole and they start walking out. And Charlotte says, "What are you talking about?
And he'll.
What do you mean?"
He'll move his head up and sit down. The collector. The night where everybody broke out, I could have killed him, but I spared him under the idea that he wouldn't do it again, but he is.
The pretense?
Yeah, the pretense. Pretense he wouldn't do it again.
She says. She says. Huh.
I would have told you something.
You know.
But, huh?
No, it's cool. Fine. Of course, at any point we can just take care of him. He's not really secret about his location. We could take care of him.
I would like that.
It's perfectly fine. We can.
Also, sorry about being gone for so long. I wanted to return like 2 days after I left, but I don't think I'm allowed to disclose what happened after that.
Are you still on your hands and knees on the floor?
No, he sat down.
She reaches across and pats you on the shoulder and says, "It's fine. I understand." She says.
We'll just kind of wipe his cheeks where he still like had like the tear marks, and says, it's really nice seeing you again. But I think
I agree.
I'm gonna go soon. Can you stand up for a moment?
Okay.
And he just hugs her. Just a big long hug.
She seems just like a little bit of surprise, but like the surprise quickly subsides and she hugs you back. So who wants to go next?
Athorn
What?
would like to go
I
next.
think we can go next.
Alright, Athorn, what are you doing? Shadow, I have a plan for you. Of course, you can take care of whatever you want afterwards, but I got a plan. So, Athorn, what do you want to do?
Okay.
He looks around, I guess, and goes to the bar.
Okay. You see Drizzle just like freaking collapse, and you're like, "Oh shoot! Wait! Oh, I should probably leave him alone now." And what do you do?
I guess he stays there and keeps an eye on Drizzle.
At this point, the drunkard walks in and he says, "So, he's not drunk now, but I've been throwing through a lot of panes of glass, huh?"
Yes, maybe 10 or 12 times, I'd say.
Well,
I expect he's probably been thrown through a lot of them before we got there.
Yeah, several hundred.
Yeah.
Because that
But like
happened
the
when
same
we
exact
got
thing.
there, so.
He says, "You want to hear something nice?"
Sure.
He reaches into his pocket and he pulls out a 3-month sobriety chip and he says, "I've been drinking."
Jeez.
Not a big fan of glass shards in my butthole. Not gonna lie.
Lord.
But no.
He's been drunk for 3 months, but he hasn't had a drink in 3 months.
Hey.
That's great.
Well, I mean, during his time, like, resituating back to normal time, he hasn't been drinking, though.
They would have been going a lot
So-
faster than 10 times then. So if they were caught up by 3 months in the span of a few minutes for us.
Right. So he says, so, I understand that you pretty much saved this town, huh? He says, you and your band of friends.
I would say they've had. I've just recently joined. I don't believe I've done too much to help out, but yes, they have saved the town.
So, who would I talk to join your order? Because during the 3 months of
Well, we're
not
not
drinking, I've
bringing
had
the
a lot
worm
of
up,
time.
but we are bringing a bandit.
Bring a freaking purple bandit.
Bringing the worm, dang it!
It seems
Eighth
that
Horn
we
kind of-
are all in disagreement of what to bring home.
We can bring both, darn it.
Thorn.
The worm would start to weigh the moon
with its
down.
babies.
Mhm.
We bring the babies too.
Oh, jeez.
I'm seeing
You
no
just
issue.
come up with like a band of freaking like worms and people and friends, and the director just
I mean,
looks at the
logistics are
train
an
of
issue.
people
Also,
like, what in God's name are you guys bringing it back? Basically.
Friends! I'm good at making them, can't you
Monstrosities.
see?
Hmm. So, Pablo, you want to go next, or Cheddar, you want to go?
I'll go. I don't have a fucking clue who I'm going to interact with, but
Right.
You, you start walking around and you see Cassidy. She's got like this mayor's sash on her. She's got like this freaking over the top hat on. She says, "Well, isn't it Goliath, man, Papu?"
Cassidy, I see you're doing well.
I wonder if he's
I
just...
suppose they held an election to replace Isaac.
Yes, I've been exonerated. Isn't the word for like expunged? That's the word. I've been expunged of my supposed crimes against
Records have been
destroying that. Yeah, being exploding that their temple. They completely understand that I didn't. I was in the run. I was cool for the running for the mayor. No one wanted to run against me, so I just won.
By
That
default, the
freaking-
best way of winning.
Of course. She points to the big mansion. She says, "That's way bigger than the cell I've spent almost 3 months in."
Oh yeah.
He says, what how have you been? How's that Gerblin friend of yours?"
He is not a Gerblin.
Oh, I'm aware he's a generosity. I'm just calling him a Gerblin for the sakes of it.
Yes, we've had this discussion.
Yes, I'm aware.
He's in the bar hanging out with his friends.
Oh. So you want to take care of anything else, Pavu, or?
I can't think of anything else to take care of.
Shadow, where would you, in general, be at during this reunion?
I would be heading to the, what is it, Paloma? The lady in the, what you
Palomas.
call it? The forest, to
Paloma.
give her
Yeah.
the item I traded. You know,
She says,
all those times ago.
well, thanks, but I really don't need it. But
Yes,
sure,
we made
why
a
not?
deal.
She did. She takes it and she says, "So, my bakery business has been booming. Of
Oh?
course, prophecies and such have been going on too.
I
But
suppose everyone's pretty hungry for some pastries after,
yeah,
all those
yeah.
months of being stuck in a time loop.
I am now the number 2 business in Refuge behind the David Lamp, but the David Lamp is a bar, so you'd assume it'd be really high up on the list."
Yeah.
She says,
The general store.
"Well, yeah, yeah, the general store. Yeah, the general store was like right under me. But hey, at least now my pastries can be made worldwide because now that we have the access to the outside world." When you walk out of Paloma's after the conversation you had about pastries and prophecies and how she's been keeping herself for the past 3 months, outside you see June, and June is holding in her under her arm like 2 cardboard sort of like poster tubes, and she says, "Eh, hello, Desiree." Says,
Wait, what?
"What do you
Sorry,
mean?"
I totally wasn't paying attention. I didn't know you were still
June
going
is
on
greeting
with
you
stuff.
with a couple of poster tubes.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this?
Well, for helping me out, I thought you would be quite interested in these. And they're sort of like banded together. And on it is a sticky note that says, "Don't look at until you are alone." Jay. Assuming she's
Who?
signing as June.
Oh, okay.
It's signed with the letter J.
Interesting. Anything I should know about this before I open it?
You're gonna probably, you might not want to open it, but do what you want. But the information inside is not easily forgotten after you see it. Yeah?
Okay. Interesting.
She says, alright, I'll catch you later.
All right, I'll see you around.
And she prances off like a 6-year-old would, you know? And,
Wait, does
skips
she
along.
actually have anybody to live with at this point?
You want to take June home?
Desiree
don't
asks
know.
her, "Do you actually have any family here anymore?"
You want to take June home?
I mean,
though?
she's been here the last
Absolutely.
3 months. I assume someone's taking her in.
Yeah, Roswell's been looking after me for a bit there. During the 3 months, Roswell's been looking after me.
Well, just wanted to make sure you were taken care of because we could always take you back with us if you wanted.
Oh, that's all cool. I'm gonna take control as sheriff once Cassidy's done.
Ah, well,
6-year-old sheriff, huh?
the moon is only so much for you, I guess.
Well, I don't want to leave my town and my friends now.
Well, I can't say I blame you.
So I'm assuming you're all meeting up with Avi unless you guys have another thing you want to take care of. Oh, right,
I have nothing else.
he had something. He had something, if I remember correctly.
Just will ask, hey, do you want to meet my friends? I think they'd like to meet you too.
Sure.
And just
why did I do?
Wrong voice. Did you do the wrong voice?
Yeah, I'm assuming everybody else is like starting to gather around Avi getting ready to get taken back up to the moon, like the bubble is summoned and stuff.
Well, Desiree's gonna go say bye to her worm friend first, but you know.
Well, of course, I assumed you would. I assumed as much. Do.
Alright. Are you going to, like, have the worm speak to Desiree, or is it still, like, what I'm doing?
No, everybody's, like,
We don't have to,
chilling around.
like,
If you want to...
actually RP it out.
Alright. Drizzle will just take Charlotte's hand and just kind of lead her to whichever party member is closest first.
Alright. So, question, who's closest?
Probably
To
Papa.
who?
Aethorn, actually,
What?
To Drizzle.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
actually,
already
no, it
there.
would be Aethorn. Yeah, because he was in
Yeah.
the bar.
This is Aethorn.
Right, yeah.
This is Aethorn. He's a centaur.
Ooh, Centaur. Sup, Aethorn?
Hello.
I'm just messing. I've seen a Centaur before. How you doing? And she reaches out her hand.
She's seen
Yeah.
this centaur before.
She's seen a Centaur before. Come on now.
And this one.
Oh yeah, and this one. Yeah,
Oh,
'cause-
yeah, right,
and
yeah,
Luke-
of course, yeah.
He was in the bar at
Yeah.
one point.
Yeah, she
Charlotte has seen
remembers.
everybody except the Goliath.
She remembers everybody. Yep.
Except for the Goliath. She has
Yeah.
not seen it, Desiree or Pav.
No, she hasn't actually. No.
She might maybe.
I don't
have
think so.
seen it glimpse,
Desiree
Actually,
walked
we did go into the bar at one
yeah.
point, but we didn't interact with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really do much interaction, so...
She probably wouldn't know them by name, but once she saw them, she would know who they were.
She would recognize that we are party members.
Correct.
Who's closest to Drizzle now? Pavu or?
After Iathorn would be Pavu.
Alright, then we'll
Yeah.
bring in the
Because
Pavu.
Desiree's either over at the witch hut or
I'd
searching for
assumed
the
that you
worm.
guys were gathering around, getting ready to head back up to the moon.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, Pavu would be back at the cannon by now.
Alright, I guess.
Yeah.
Alright, now this is Pavu. Now believe this, he's not even the biggest party member. Actually, I think it's Aethorn, actually. But he's not even the
No.
third... Well,
No.
he's the third biggest, I think. Yeah. And then he'll start counting
how,
on his
how tall
hand.
is
Aethorn's
how
like...
tall is
Aethorn's around
Iathorn?
7 feet
He's
tall.
7 feet.
Oh, really? I thought he was much
so?
taller.
Yeah, we've still got another foot on him.
7
Alright.
feet tall. That's short.
We've still got
Aethorn
another
is
foot on him.
shortest
I
besides me, I
mean-
think.
Compared to Desiree,
Yeah.
yes, it's short.
Yeah, Desiree and Pavu, who are both above
Yeah.
8 foot.
Ah.
Hey, I've seen you in the bar, Bubba.
That's right. I went
How
in
you
there
doing?
about twice, maybe once, probably only once.
Hmm?
I'm doing a lot better now that this job's over. I'm ready to head back.
Okay. I would leave Desiree.
Mm-hmm. And as they approach, Desiree says,
Des is bound to be here any minute.
That's Desiree.
Back here.
She taught me...
As you're walking towards Desiree, and she points at Desiree, and she says, "You freaking chucked Drizzle as an armadillo, didn't you?"
Mm-hmm. She's also the person who taught me how
I
to
did.
read cursive, like, I think... Was it like 2 weeks ago?
Oh shoot! You didn't know how to read cursive?
Yeah, I didn't.
Was
Sorry.
pretty recent.
Oh frick! Oh dang!
It's okay. I read it. Don't worry.
These days most people don't seem to know how to read it. It's unfortunate.
I disagree. It's antiquated.
Oh no, it's quite important. That is like it's not that important in this world.
Right. He says, "Well, hello. She turns to Drizzle. So where are you going now?
As much as I'd like to bring you along, I don't think I'm allowed to tell you that. As much as I'd like to.
It's not like we haven't brought other NPCs back up to the moon.
Oh yeah, you brought Trent, not Trent. You brought Gimmick. You brought Angus. Angus eventually made his way up there. Who else?
Oh, wait a
You
minute.
brought up another.
We've
Oh, hold on, I
plenty
just
up.
had an epiphany. I could bring you up if I wanted to.
Wait a minute. And he's going to huddle the other three together, and like a kid asking for a puppy, he's asking if they can bring her along too. Can we please bring her along?
Take really good care of her.
Less of a logistics problem than bringing a purple worm.
I still see no problem with this.
No, there's a big problem.
Bringing a tree on was a
Very
pain in the
big
ass
problem.
enough.
So is that
I see a big problem. One of those big problems is the purple giant freaking worm.
So is that like a ya or a nah?
She'll fit in the seat. Just
Yarna!
She can come. I see no problem with it.
Drizzle will do like a quick happy stomp and just kind of dash towards her and just pick her up.
Strength check!
Oh.
Seriously?
Oh, come on, she's not that heavy. She's the same height as Drizzle. She's not
I
that
would
heavy.
100% love it if you did this strength check and failed it. And just like, he ran up to like pick her up and he can't even get her an inch off the ground. So yeah, do it.
I can't roll, remember? You gotta roll for me.
Oh, right.
Plus
Freak.
0.
So yeah, do it.
He rolls a nat 20, he accidentally picks her up and flings her over backwards.
Go
I
get it,
don't know my own strength. Be like, you've been working out with me too much.
What did I roll?
So a 12. Yeah, you pick her up. Yeah, you pick
You
her up.
struggled a little bit, but you managed.
She was just doing a little happy laugh.
Oh, jeez. Put me down, put me down.
Oh, okay.
Just-
And they'll put her back down.
Now she picks you up, sucker.
She'd actually probably have no problem with that. Remember, she's a boxer, so she has
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
muscle than me.
No, that was
She was pretty damn
that was a
buff.
freaking joke I'm making. It was the joke I'm making. She picks you up with one hand, and she's like, "Don't do that again." Not a
Okay.
big fan.
That'd be like Tezria trying to pick up Pavo. Now there would be a sight.
Yep. So you guys are brought back to the base, and you destroy the chalice and whatnot. What was the freaking? It's been so long. What was the pay that we agreed on? That would be
5,000
Your
gold
pay.
pieces each.
Dude, it was more than what you were fucking paying us.
It was a hell of a lot
Right.
more, yeah. I'm just saying
Um,
5,000 gold pieces each because, I mean, hell, my level 3 paladin is running around with over 3k.
right.
Of course.
Do any of
that's
you guys have like notes of how much money you've gotten over the time, or no?
I
not
do
been
not
writing that
remember,
stuff down.
but I'm pretty sure you can open up my sheet and look.
I don't know
right.
total, but currently I have 4,800 or almost 4,900 gold, and I've been the one that's been purchasing the most out of the homebrew shop.
Yeah, so probably like 50. Nope, not 50,000. Jeez, let's
50,000.
no. 5,000.
Yes,
Yeah,
let's go with 50.
We've
I'm good.
probably received a total of between 7,000 and 9,000, somewhere around there. Because I've purchased several.
Yeah, you each get 5,000 gold piece. She destroys the thing, and she says, "You brought another one." Oh, another person, really? Come on, guys.
At least it's not the purple worm that Desiree wanted to bring.
Purple
What?
worm.
She's my
She
friend.
looks at Desiree. Purple worm.
Yes.
A purple worm
Ah.
big enough to swallow an entire town at that.
Yep.
I
What
see
the
no
frick?
issues here.
How do you expect that? Well, first
That's
of
what
all,
I
it's
was
the
saying.
moon. It's not going to fit on the moon. Exactly. It's not going to fit on the moon.
Oh, it'll fit on the
Freaking
moon
if it
just
gets
fine.
mad,
Moon
it'll get
isn't
mad.
that small.
Well, it's certainly not big enough to freaking hold a giant purple worm
The
and
base
children.
isn't.
Base is it, sure. But the base is inside the moon.
The moon
If you
would be
remember
able to hold
correctly-
it just fine, but it wouldn't be able to breathe. The
Correct.
base cannot hold it.
Yeah, the
Right.
babies would die too without
She
oxygen.
says,
Yes, plus the babies.
she says, so at least freaking brought a person instead of a giant worm. Welcome to the Bureau of Balance.
Desiree
You may call me
honestly
the
has
director.
no concept of size being an issue.
Welcome to the Chicka. No.
She
Avi
still
will.
needs to drink the jelly juice. So.
Oh right, yes. Johan will bring you down and take care of that. And Johan's like, "Hey guys, sup? You weren't gone that long."
We were gone a lot longer than. You might not have felt it very long, but it was far longer to us.
Time stuff.
Yes.
Time
for like
fuckery.
10 hours, I think. And he'll start counting on his fingers again.
While you guys were gone, Pavu, the jellyfish was just seemed to be a little sad. If you want, you could come down and check that out at some point. But like, I don't know what the deal is. It's been like singing that song it sung you a couple months back, quite a bit. I'm not sure what the deal is though.
I couldn't tell you. I follow the god of inventions, not the god of weird fucking arcane creatures.
So what are you guys doing tonight? We're gonna take care of the Fantasy Costco stuff next week.
Okay.
And the start of the next arc. Speaking of
that's
which,
the thing that Pavu is going to be taking care of immediately.
speaking of which,
What
roll
about our
the
little
D4
thingy?
for the. What do you mean?
I can't.
The
roll.
thing-
Oh yeah, you get the coins for the Gashapon as well.
Can someone?
Uh,
We
give
might
me,
as well
So someone
start
roll-
with those
Can someone
because it
give
may
me
give
my
us
gold?
something useful
Two.
that we.
Can someone give me my gold so I don't eat data?
Xavier's going to have to do that.
I already did that.
How much did we get?
Drizzle.
5,000.
Not Drizzle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. T.
Mhm.
Since you're doing the next arc, give 2 words.
Just keywords for like a hint.
Yeah.
Of what it
Yes,
is.
like I've been doing with Groundhog's Day
So we're leveling up to
shenanigans and-
12 now, right?
Correct.
All right. Like it's just supposed to be like on theme with it, right?
Yes.
Give a
Like
give a
this time
2-word
was
summary
Groundhog's
of the
Day
arc.
shenanigans. Like
blood
this one was
and-
Groundhog's Day shenanigans.
Got it. Blood and fear. This is going to be a very gory arc.
Ooh. Desiree's gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
Pavu
is very excited, and I want to go ahead and get the bombs out of the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make. We'll take care of our Fantasy Costco stuff next week. So,
Dang.
what are you
We
gonna?
don't even get our little roll for our thingy.
Well, normally we take
That'll
care of
be
that
next
and Fantasy Costco stuff before you leave for the next mission. Is what we normally do.
Well, it makes a lot more sense to do that part before we buy stuff at Fantasy Costco.
No, I just
Also,
wanted,
that can be done real quick.
I just wanted to get an approximate price. I wanted
alright.
to, but we can take care of that next time.
Alright, so who's going first on this list for the Gashapon?
You'll have to roll for me. And add the item.
Right.
What is this again?
You roll a d20 and you get 1 item based on your class.
It's a magical
Oh, okay.
gotcha.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Yeah, it's a magical item gotcha game.
You know,
We can handle that next time.
No, I got the table right here. So who's going first?
I'll roll mine first.
Yeah.
All right.
12.
Barbarian. Hold on. Come on. Oh, jeez. Don't do this to me.
You have
Stupid
the table
freaking
up.
Excel.
Huh?
Do anything to you.
Excel's being screwy. Give me a second. Barbarian. Here we are. 12.
Yes.
Already got that. Roll again.
Oh, good lord. $10.
Alright.
Let me guess. I already got that too.
20. No, you got that. No, you got it. No, you don't got it.
I was about to, I mean, I know a 10 has been rolled.
Nah, a 25. Yeah. Okay. You see a medium-sized oblong all roll down, and when you open it up, you see a deep purple crossbow with some really nice engravings with along the metal work. Alright.
A barbarian gets a crossbow? What the hell?
I don't know. You bring it over to Leon, and Leon says, "Ooh, this is interesting." Ooh.
This is an eerie.
That's what he always says.
Yes,
This
that's what he
stupid thing-
always says.
Might as well be his rigging catchphrase. Ooh, this is interesting.
It is his catchphrase.
Yeah. This allows you to shoot a lot more, I guess. I'm not sure. I'm kind of tired. I'll just read it to you and then copy and paste it into Foundry. This weapon ignores the regular loading property of arrows. As an action, you can take a number of attacks equal to your proficiency modifier. However, you do not add any ability modifiers to damage rolls for these attacks. Each attack is otherwise resolved as normal.
Holy crap!
Holy fuck.
That goes up to 6 attacks a round.
6 attacks? What?
Yeah, proficiency modifier caps out at 6 once you hit level 17.
Well, you're level 12.
Yes, but that's still like 4, I think.
Yeah.
We're level 12?
Yeah, we just leveled up to level 12.
Yeah, level up to 12.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm still level 10. What do you guys think?
What are you guys talking about? Alright, so who's next?
Yeah, Aethorn will roll.
After your level up, what's the class that has the most levels in it?
It would still be cleric, but he wouldn't mind ranger things. Yeah.
Alright. Roll a d20 then. Tell me what you get.
7. Lucky 7.
7? I was already taken. Roll again.
Roll 2. 13.
13.
That
Alright.
dice looked cocked.
Where is it? There it is. You see a small oblong container roll down the track, and inside you see a small, a silver egg hanging on a chain. And he says, "Bring that over." He says, "Ooh, this is interesting." Freaking. He says, "This is cool. This will help you so that things can turn out more in your favor. Indeed, game speak. Twice per day, as an interrupt action, the wearer may kiss this egg and force any die to be re-rolled, similar to the lucky feat."
Oh shit!
So
that's awesome.
you kiss the egg and you
I can
make
re-roll anything
re-roll.
Okay.
Is that crossbow a heavy crossbow?
No, it's a normal crossbow.
That means nothing.
There is
Hand,
no
light,
normal
or
crossbow.
heavy?
There's a light or heavy.
Light. That's what I meant.
Ugh,
Okay.
loser crossbow.
Holy moly! Rolled a 20.
Hey, about time that happened.
Druid.
My effects aren't really going up. It sucks.
Okay, so put in D behind whatever number.
So now we're actually getting other people's things?
What do you mean?
things out of the little thingy?
Yeah. I'm rolling T's now. Oh shoot! Wait. Yeah, I'm rolling.
You're
Rolling
rolling for
drizzle stuff.
drizzle.
Yeah. I'm not sure if we got this before.
We haven't got
drizzle. No, not a 20. Not a 20 on the item. Come on. U C roll down D.
Yeah.
Gash
that's
upon.
what I had.
A very long, big, oblong tube.
Tube?
And inside, you see a piece of light armor covered in light gray and green feathers. And Leon says, "Ooh, this is as strong as what you got on now, and it makes you a little bit more spry." D&D game speak. It has the same AC as what you're wearing right now, and gives you +3 to athletics.
Oh. Huh. Is it made out of metal or
nice.
some like stony material?
No, it's probably like leather.
Oh, perfect.
Feathers.
It would have to be if it's rolled on a druid table.
Dope.
Druids can't
And,
wear metal. So.
Drizzle just removes the armor he's wearing right now and just slips this one on.
Oh, geez, not here. Who has yet to go? Avo, right?
Donkey Kong.
What?
Oh yeah, Xavier, can you add that to my inventory? The armor that I got now. It counts as a form of medium armor. With buffs from I think Pavu and Garfield already. I think I'll need to re-upgrade this one. Since the wood armor was upgraded by those two, but not this one.
No, it has the same AC, so it should be the same.
Okay. So it would be
In other words, upgrade this one, that last tier, to a +3, and then swap them out.
Yeah, it would be then that means it would be hold on, how much does a shield add to your AC?
+2.
2.
Okay, then that means my AC would be 17, I think, because Drizzle also has a shield.
Cool.
It's either 17 or I forgot what was like when we calculated. Was it 19 with or without the shield? Cause remember, like when we were playing, it was 19, but I forgot if that was with or without the shield.
I'm pretty sure it was with the shield.
Okay, yeah, then Drizzle's AC was
Wait, what did he get?
17. Armor that has the same AC as my current one, but I get proficiency, I think, in athletics.
No, a +3 to athletics.
Oh, +3. Oh, okay.
We have?
Yes, that's the armor that Desiree got.
What? What's up?
No. That was the proficiency vestments.
No. Drizzle has the proficiency vestments with him right now, actually.
Shoot, wait, then.
He's not
We've
wearing
already
them,
gotten the. Oh no! It wasn't Drizzle that got it. It was Unfunny's character.
Yeah. So it should be fine.
I'm gonna have to jump off now, guys. Thank you for the session.
Sure.
Alright, later.
See ya.
I bet you start. You're in fucking Excel. You got plenty of options.
I love this.
Well, I think I'm fine.
Ready to fly?
It doesn't matter if
Quick
I'm
question.
funny, got the
Use
armor.
encumbrance? Not in my games, no. Okay. The only weight you have to deal with is the weight of your actions. Oh. The player's just like, oh.
Okay. Pavu, you roll now for your thing. Paladin. And then Desiree will tell you what that thing is, and then I got a scene with
10.
Paladin. 10?
I'll tell him what the thing is? What?
What?
When did I agree to this?
The thing in the tubes that June gave you.
What had the
Did you
sticky
open
note to open it once you were low?
Yeah.
All right. Gotta open it alone. That.
Okay. Interesting. You see a very long, very big tube that comes down, and if I can freaking, right. And
Oh,
you
look, a new dildo for
pull
Paul.
out.
I was gonna
Maybe
make
like
the joke that she made a giant horse cock for for
No,
Desiree.
No. You crack it open and you see inside a normal, like a stereotypical lumberjack's axe, like red handle. Well,
Hey, I was gonna say for Pabu, that's a hatchet.
yeah, but the stereotypical lumberjack's axe.
Of course, magic items resize to fit the wielder, so like we have a fairy in my Saturday campaign. If she were to attune to the super cursed artifact sword I've got in my backpack, it would be the size of a toothpick.
Right.
A lot easier to hide.
So
you bring
it to Leon
down on the desk. I don't expect much out of this.
Well, this is Rail Splitter. This axe will fell any tree when you press that little button there, and in D&D game speak, allows the user to instantly fell any tree once per day. Otherwise, behaves like a standard +1 battle axe. So if you wanted to like chop a tree in like one swoop,
Desiree can already do that.
Yeah, Des can already do that.
I'm like,
do you think
so this
Pablo
axe
rolls his
basically
eyes.
is trying to
Well,
replace
Garfield, this
me?
one goes.
Do you think it's like a one-hit kill at treants?
Huh?
I think it's like a one-hit kill.
that one-hit kill a Trent. Freaking Drizzle wants to kill Trent.
No,
Oh,
Drizzle
freaking
wants to
dare you.
kill Trent. Drizzle saved Trent.
Drizzle loves Trent.
Plank growth
Technically,
made him a big boy.
Desiree saved Trent.
No, he was dying, and Drizzle had to use plank growth on him to heal him. But
Oh,
also
that's
made
true.
him really big.
Yeah.
And then Desiree carried him out of there, because
Right.
why not?
Yeah. So that's everyone with the Gashapon. Pavu.
I'm going to be bringing that one to Garfield and selling that.
Yeah, we'll take care of that at the start of next week.
Just go ahead and tell me how much it fucking is, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Let's say 1,000.
There you go. Oh, was the money already deposited into our inventories for us? Because I didn't do that.
No, I didn't add it yet.
Oh. I've already done mine.
I guess I'll open it up and take care of it before I forget.
Pavu goes back to his section of the dorm, his section of the quarters, to get ready for bed. Yeah, his room. I don't know why he said his section of the quarters. It's a room.
I was gonna say everybody's got their own room,
actually,
don't they?
That reminds me. So, do we all have like our own separate rooms, like a hotel, or is there like a living room that we all share that has multiple?
It's a very
rooms
recent
house?
development. It was like a barracks.
Oh, so it's like
We did have a barracks for our team, like a barracks room for our team, but we have recently been upgraded to individual rooms.
Oh, so we no longer have a room
You
for the
have
whole team.
all around. Each of you has a room, and in the center is
like a living room.
Is a little living room.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Right.
It's like basically a hotel suite with a bunch of rooms.
Practically, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
I assume a pretty nice one since we're living on the moon at this point.
Oh yeah, really, really nice.
Inventory.
Like I said, the living area has a glass floor, so you could see what's under the moon at any point in time. So, Pavu, you make your way to your room, and you see sitting on your bed, holding the little Tezzeret statue. Kravitz, if you remember correctly, the guy that was looking for your bounty in Lucas's lab.
The crystal golem.
During the last arc. Yeah, the crystal golem that looked like death, basically. He says, well, this last adventure added quite a bit of deaths to your, wrong.
I have to deal with you again.
No, that's a little rude.
Well, considering you tried to kill me the first time.
I didn't try to kill you the first time. I wanted to bring you back. That's water on the bridge. But now you've had quite a few more deaths added to your total.
Yes,
if
and
you
these
remember
ones I
correctly.
actually know about.
Quite a few. You mean 2?
Hell!
2 or 3, maybe.
No.
Oh wait,
You've done a
no,
lot
we
more
died
than
at the end
twice.
of every arc, so like 10.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, about 10.
10 more deaths added to your total.
Yeah.
We have a lot of
About
talk
10
about.
that I actually know of. I will grant you that
Yeah,
one.
they're about.
But that one's time shenanigans. That's nothing to do with the wheelhouse of your god. That's another god's interference.
Let's talk about it, he says. And we zoom out into the living room, and then the camera sort of pans to the door to Desiree's room. It zooms through it, and you see Desiree, instead of reading a book at her desk like she normally would, sitting at her desk with the 2 tubes that June gave her.
Desiree doesn't read at a desk. She reads in a big, comfy chair.
All right, then you're in a big comfy chair, and you have these things. Do you choose to open it or not?
These, however, I would open at a desk.
Okay.
And yes, I will be opening them and reading because
the one labeled, each of them are labeled 1 and 2. You'd assume to be the most comprehensive order to open them. So you crack open the first one, and you see the blueprint, the most recent blueprint according to the date of the. Sorry, whoa. The most recent blueprint of the statue that was in the middle of town. You know, the one with Jack, the one with June, and the person in the red robe. And then you crack open the second one, and you see another blueprint of the same statue, but this one's different. This one is dated like a couple of years earlier, and in this case, it's mostly the same: Jack, June, and the red-robed figure. This time, the red-robed figure doesn't have a toad up. It has it down, and you can see its face. And the face you see is very familiar to you. Why?
Because it's that annoying little prick that keeps bugging us repeatedly?
Yep, it's the lich that keeps following us.
No, it is Desiree.
Oh?
Desiree is the person in that red robe. And she has her hands on Jack and June, like, or.
Huh?
And you don't ever remember going to Refuge beforehand. LOL.
I mean, I don't even know where on the map it would be to even know if it would make sense for me to have gone there before.
Somewhere in the desert.
Which, according to the date, and if you were to
local area,
and according to the date, and if you were to like somehow magically find out the date of the thing would match up with the date in the bottom right corner, you were supposedly there.
Interesting.
We zoom out again, and then we zoom into Drizzle's room. What does Drizzle do tonight? Because I had a plan for I had a plan for Pavu, and I had a plan for
what he's doing in his room right now.
His girlfriend?
Yes, because
they're probably catching up right now.
Yeah, catching up naked.
Catching up with Charlotte because after all, they haven't seen each other for a total of I think 5 or 6 months.
He says, "So what were you doing in the mines? Like, so you were trying to get that weird cup thing?"
Yeah, because that thing kept the time loop that was going on over and over again.
Interesting. She probably shared this news with you already. But Charla at this point has been recruited as a, especially when you're trying. She is a seeker, while you guys are reclaimers, which remember collect the artifacts. Killian and carrier regulators, which take out anybody that's trying to use the thing for not good, like Lucas was. But Charla is the seeker who looks out for information regarding the relics.
Which means you're probably not going to see her that often.
Well, Angus was a seeker. Angus is a seeker. Black Spider, which Pavel will remember, was a seeker, and Captain Bane. Well, Black Spider was a seeker who found. Black Spider was a seeker who found the relic and tried to steal it. And Captain Bane was a seeker. So she's going to be working down on the Earth.
So she's a surface liaison.
Yeah, she's on both equally. Like, Angus isn't always on the ground. Angus is up on the moon. Like, they're big freaking.
Was surely down on the ground the entire time.
Well, Captain was on the ground because he was a freaking captain of the militia. So yeah, she has joined the bureau as a seeker, and she says, so there's other things like that cup,
Although I think the cup is probably about as dangerous as it gets. I don't know, maybe the crystal is pretty dangerous too. That's why I lost my hand. And he's just gonna like wiggle his wood hand around. He's just gonna.
She rips your hand off and throws it across the room. No, that'd be mean.
Yeah. And it just crawls back and attaches to his hand again.
It's his arm, yeah.
It just crawls back and reattaches to his wrist. Like, yeah, that won't work.
It's a shame though. This was my good hand.
So, do you guys want to take care of anything else, or are we good to end?
Nah, I'll deal with upgrading the gear to its final state, like, next time, and buying a couple.
And I'll be discussing the price of the mining charges with Garfield next time as well.
Do you want to discuss, like, what you guys got tempted with each other, like, in character? Or, nah?
Oh, I mean, I suppose we can do that. What do y'all think?
It's like,
I mean, if anybody asks Desiree, she'll tell them, but, you know.
Pavel was tempted by exactly what you'd expect he was.
I was like, I already know what Pavel was tempted with. Come on.
Pavel was tempted by the low-hanging fruit. I had the stretch for the other
those
fruit.
Weren't fruit. Those were balls.
Oh,
horse balls.
No.
Come on, man. Dude. Jeez. Jesus. So you want to do that scene, or?
I mean, really?
I have nothing to say.
We know what Pavuz is.
So do you want to, like, in character discuss what you were tempted with, or we just?
I guess
Drizzle
can ask Desiree about it, like, next time they eat. Which, if we want, we can make that now. Like, it's just like.
Yeah, sure. Like, it's next morning and you're, like, eating breakfast. Desiree, what do you two eat for breakfast? I think I've asked this before.
Meat.
Yeah, I remember you freaking
protein.
You specifically requested like a freaking. I'm pretty sure you said like 6-ounce steak, 6-pound steak.
Actually, Drizzle will.
Yeah, I was gonna say 6 ounce, 6 pounds, maybe.
I meant to say 6 pound. Like in my head, I was like 6 pound, and the back and my idiot side of my brain was like ounces, and my mouth was like, I agree with him.
Drizzle will be eating probably the spiciest red curry that can exist.
Drizzle is eating curry. You're eating freaking meat. Just like not even seasoned.
Probably has some of the curry too, because you know what?
Yeah, it's spicy as fuck. It's spicy as fuck.
Beans are good protein too.
Drizzle made his.
Yeah, well, I'm
doesn't
not
use
making the
spice.
character.
He
I'm
can't.
not.
Anyway, Drizzle will through a little bit of mouthfuls of rice and curry, he'll say, "I can probably guess what Pavu's thing was, but what about you, Des?" I'm totally blanking on what it could be.
Desiree just points to his special hand. It just points that right there.
Oh.
Remember when you got that?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you
So they
could
could
change
have
that. I'm
stopped
just
it.
like,
What the heck?
she's like, oh, you could stop it. You could change that. I'm like, yeah.
But
Then that hand allowed us to stop Lucas, so why the hell would I do that?
Yeah, so damn easy. That's gonna be so damn useful. Why would I want to change that?
Hilarious. Like, I don't see why I would want to change that.
You should have chopped off his right hand instead.
In all fairness, we may have actually been dead.
Yeah. I mean, the left hand
No,
is
I
the one that
couldn't
caught
have
it in the
chopped
first
off your
place,
right
so-
hand
Yeah, I
instead,
forgot,
because
yeah,
you had to have the
same
one that
different
caught it.
sequence. Yeah.
Mhm.
Fair enough.
I couldn't chop the other one off. I mean, I could, and
You
that other
could,
hand
but then
would
you
be
would be
safe,
overtaken.
but the rest
Yeah,
of
then
the
you would lose
drizzle
both
would
of them.
not. No, then we'd lose the whole rest of drizzle. The one hand would be safe. Like, I managed to save his hand!
We can resurrect him with this.
Yeah, it's just gonna cost a bit.
Oh yeah. Speaking of resurrecting, Xavier, be ready for some fucked up shit next time.
I have an idea.
Oh,
have, like,
right,
a big
you brought
idea.
the body, didn't you?
I brought the bones.
Oh, no.
Oh, right, yeah, I thought you were talking about Tezzeria.
Dude, it's gonna cost 25,000 gold worth of materials.
I have 10,000.
It probably wouldn't be...
Oh wait, 25,000. Wait,
Yeah,
worth of materials.
25,000.
Wait,
If he's
been
been
plot
dead
reason's
for
not
over
even
8
gonna
years.
work.
I
Plot
thought,
reason's not
I
even
thought
gonna work, because I have an idea.
Wasn't the level 7 up to 10 years? Or
No,
100
it's up
years
to
something?
10 days, I believe.
Reincarnate
So
has
resurrection
the same
spells D&D.
Reincarnate.
No,
Reincarnate has an even shorter time, doesn't it?
It's either 10. I'm pretty sure it's within the last. it's either
And
the last 10
Revivify
hours or
is
last 10
like
hours, 10
1
days.
minute, and then there's
Resurrection
Resurrect, which
7th,
is 10
100 years.
days. 100 years?
Resurrection 7th costs 1,000 gold. Requires body, yes, but
You
only
are
one
really
small,
going to
only
kill
one
this man,
small
huh?
part restores body parts, yes.
That is evil.
Oh. Interesting.
So
Do
we can
what?
burn 1,000 gold and resurrect him.
That's Pavu's
Taz.
gold to burn. Desiree
Yeah.
has some other things to
yeah.
do. She's got to take care of getting her axes set up right.
Xavier,
and
figure out what that
picking
fucking
up a
spell
couple of
is,
items.
yeah?
Hey, by the way, are we ever going to be dealing with any water in this? Speaking to T, more or less, in this, and Xavier.
in the
'cause,
next
you know.
arc, you mean?
Yeah.
Probably not. Snow maybe, but no water really.
Well,
I don't
is,
think
Snow!
so.
Huzzah! This
Well,
is
no,
our
what I
area
mean
of
is,
expertise.
I would get a folding boat, but
You will be dealing with equal parts sand and snow.
oh Lord, half the time the Goliaths will be happy, the other half we will not.
So is
half
Desiree
of
like
the time,
interested
Nora
in
will be
all,
utterly
like-
invisible.
Right.
So is Desiree interested in all and what happened to Drizzle, or is she like, if yours is the same as me, it wasn't such a hard choice?
What were you tempted with anyway, Drizzle?
And he'll like put down
Because
his-
I don't
his bowl
I
and
don't know
spoon.
enough about your past to even consider what it would have been. But, like, I figure it could have been the same thing as me, but there's probably other things in your past that would be more useful or more tempting, I guess?
Not the same thing. Though I've only just recently been more comfortable enough to talk about it, but I can tell you, I trust you. So, I'm guessing you're familiar, or at least know of the concept of human trafficking, right?
Of course.
Yeah, so there was this really weird old dude who was like doing that, but to like based off of race, and I'm guessing he didn't have a water genasi before. But yeah, he kept us in like these.
Practice.
He kept us in like these glass tubes that were really strong, you know. So I couldn't just break out.
How did you get out then?
Well, it was a very complicated plan, and I needed help from other people. But you would not even guess who was there too.
Pavu?
No.
Pavu was in it too? How did I not know about that?
No, but that's how I met Charla. Although the first time we met, she was trying to beat me up because the collector made us fight sometimes. Although I refused to fight.
As you do.
I refused to fight, and because of that, she knocked me out.
Well.
Yeah.
Hey, at least she didn't kill you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad of that.
But yeah, what happened was the escape plan was working, and the whole building started to fall apart and stuff. And while everybody else was leaving, I could have killed him, the collector.
And you chose not to.
Yeah, and that's what I regretted because he's still doing that thing, the same old thing.
We should go stop him.
Yeah. But, like, it hurt a lot to, like,
I'm curious, like, out of character, is that where the next arc is headed? Like, to stop him?
No.
Because he captured Drizzle again?
No.
Jeez, dang.
That would have made a lot of sense,
dang.
but no.
Because I was going to say, I'd totally whoop his ass.
Here's a question, Xavier. What the fuck are you going to be doing for the next session?
He's going to be playing
Angus
as
McDonald.
He's playing as Angus.
Oh, you're playing Angus.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you actually.
According to him, it's a murder mystery.
No, he's just going to, like, wing it.
Well, it's not quite a murder mystery, but it's.
Let's see, I rolled a 3. Xavier's going to be like, well, I rolled a 3. I think he has a plus 22 to hit, so that's a 25. That hits.
Yeah, T.
So at this point, you guys are like talking about like what you guys were tempted by. Does Forge eat? I'm not Forge. Does Pavu eat breakfast? Or does he like skip breakfast?
Not in the room with all of that spice. No, fuck that. He eats his breakfast elsewhere. He cannot stand spice.
I mean, it's like a buffet table with like a lot of food. Like,
He doesn't even want to be in the same room.
Spice. Like, you bring in a bowl of ice cream, like, this is my breakfast, and Jizzle's like, doesn't look like you got hot sauce in there, pal, and freaking just dumps an entire bottle of sriracha on it. I thought that was funny. I thought that was pretty funny.
That needs some hot sauce. Yeah, this isn't coming out quick enough. Unscrews the top, just dumps it out. Start whacking the back of it like a bottle of ketchup.
He's like, goodness. Bob is like, oh my goodness, what? He says, not done, and pulls out like a gallon container of freaking extra hot sauce and just like dumps half of it in it.
What I gotta say, making a Boston kind